way of life of human beings in danger, and make a major change in the way that life is lived, if it is to be lived much longer upon the earth in danger. So let us get on, and I am looking for your phone calls and your information, your live chat text information. The numbers again: 619 1508, 619 1508, and 279 8473. 279 8473. I have to give some credit, or and even give some more information about something that I was referring to the other day, recently. in order to impose the will of people who are in control of a community or a group or organization, and even a gang, many different techniques and many different mechanisms are used by few people or one person to control many people or all people in them region. I made reference the other day of a situation after the 2012 election. After the 2012 election, when the JLP lost that election to the PNP. No, that was 2011. Them lost the election. I think this one was the 2016. No, it wasn't the 2016 election. It was the 2012 election. 2011, when the PNP lost, when the JLP lost the election to the PNP just after Andrew Holness was made the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. And the losing side in the election in the rules about Jamaica's government, which is a form of British government dictated to them by Britain, endorsed by Britain. The losing party, the second party, the party that get the second highest number of seats, the parties whose members and candidates win the second highest number of seats in an election, they are authorized. The leader of that party is authorized to appoint some senators. Senators in the Senate. The Senate is made out of 21 senators. And the party that win the most seats in the election get to choose 13 out of those 21. So they have the majority number of seats in that 21. But the party that comes second is allowed to nominate and choose 8 members out of the 21. And in order not to allow the senators that represent his party to go against what he decides should be the vote, Holness organized something that was suggested to him by others. I always attribute that idea to Seaga, because Seaga, it was very much in the style of Seaga coaching Holness and others to tell them of these methods of control. And I always and what Holness did is that in order to remove senators once appointed by, according to the Constitution, the law of Jamaica, senators once appointed cannot be fired by the person who recommend them to appointment. So if the Prime Minister appoints some senators and the leader of the opposition appoints some senators, they can't fire them when they are displeased with them. Or if they want to bring in somebody else, the senators are appointed for a 5-year term or the life of the government until that government is removed from office and new government come in. So the Prime Minister or the leader of the opposition, once they recommend somebody to be a senator, that person is not not supposed to be under them control in terms of their office and their position in the Senate. What Holness did by advice was to demand that the senators, I don't know if it's all of them or if it's just those 3. It might be just those 3, because it's when them don't trust somebody. People do this kind of thing with people who them don't trust. Other people who them trust Sometimes them don't demand this kind of loophole from them. Wellness demand that certain senators must write a letter say them resign, so that anytime him want to get them out of the Senate, him can just go to the Government General and say this man here resign or this woman resign. But because I don't know when they might want to use these letters or when they might want to remove these people, and don't put no date on the letter. So therefore the letter can be held for 5 years from the first day that them going to the Senate. The letter can be there, possible to be used, right until 5 years time. The letters can still be used to remove them even 1 day before them term of office come to an end. Because no date is on the letter. The letter can be held there and used at any time. So the undated letters of resignation is a way to hold something, hold a firepower or a firing power, the power to fire somebody out of a job over them head. No date on it. Them can put any date on it. I in my thinking this was originated by Siaga, but if I did think some more, if I thought some more about it, I would not have come to that conclusion, because I would realize, if I had thought about it enough, that over the long period of history, the thousands of years of recorded history, many politicians, many leaders, or many skillful people would think of devices like these long before, would have thought of something like this long before, and therefore it's not likely that Siaga would be the first person and so late in the 21st century to recommend something like that. Well, I was reading through sometime in a spare time I read through. Reading through some political history and some political science, because I know that many of the activities of human beings have been studied and brought down to a science. In other words, they've studied a certain activity of human beings and can demonstrate that human beings behave usually in certain ways under certain conditions, and it is predictable that most time they will behave that way again under a similar condition. When you bring down the study of the behavior of life or of materials, you bring it down to a fine art that you can predict. It is so regular. The behavior of life, whether life is animal life, plant life, human life, or the behavior of materials, whether it is water, or is sulfur, or is oxygen, it behaves certain ways. All the while it behaves the same way under certain conditions. And so therefore you bring it down to a science. The science is when you can predict the behavior of certain things, or of many things, because they behave always in the same way under the same condition. That becomes science. So even human behavior becomes science. Well, let us get to the telephone. Start our discussion for today. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to the program. Morning. Welcome to the program.
This is your friend from the friendly neighborhood of
Belmont Road.
Yes, man. How you know that? You're up on the ball.
I can smell it, man. In gone already? Yes, that is what the guy with him call himself. Him call himself again Jolly Joseph. And as a labor rights supporter, him say I'm coming from the neighborhood of a name headquarters of JLP, so I say, how I know? But through him smell green, I can know say. It's a Belmont Road. Belmont Road guy, Jolly Joseph. Anyway, call back whenever you want to, whenever you can. The numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508 and 279-8473. Next call.
Come in, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, man. Sorry about that.
Are you the same one? Are you the same?
Eh?
Oh, you get your credibility restored.
No, no, boss, man, a prosperity, my name, you know.
A what?
So you must say,
What your name?
prosperity, so you must restore it.
Oh, you name
Tell me
prosperity.
something, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me something. Me hear one song yesterday about Eldred, I must have talk about CB200.
Yes, yes.
So, to my talk about one place where I buy shoes named D&D. You remember the place there?
Shoes, a place that sells shoes?
In the name D&D. Them times when the music man.
We are downtown Crossroads, Arbitrary. Where?
No, I'm not know which part. Because I want to kind of mention Luke clean and saying go on and go buy pants length.
I asked you where the store was.
Eh?
Where the store was?
Yeah. You know if I don't turn out because I know so you're a man know everything and whatever, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know everything. I don't know which idiot claim to know everything.
Tell me something now. I choose a Honda 50 when bad man bike.
It's true, say what?
Honda 50.
Under 50 what?
I am bad man bike one time.
No, I don't know, but I know a lot of petty gangsters used to ride them back then.
Which bike named Z?
What?
Which bike named Z?
Oh, it's a Honda 90 bike.
A Honda S90.
No, it's a version of S90.
Oh,
S is one and Z.
S90.
S is one and Z is another one.
No, I never know this Z. I never know this Z. I know the S90. Because them 10 Rasta used to boast off him.
Them time what?
Them 10 Rasta used to boast off on them S90.
Who used to boast off?
Rasta. On them S90. Yes, man. Tell me something now. The downtown, you see? And they buy one biscuit. So now I open the bag now. I put my drinks on an igloo. So I put it on igloo. My woman said, take it out from igloo. I said, lady in the bar, she said, me no business. So I said, lady, I fight you want me to fight? So me and man said, you know, so I lied and you want to lie from me, woman. So I look up, no one Rasta face we're looking at. So I say, well, lad, I fight the Rasta want to fight me. Then well, lad, me and the woman want to fight. And the Rasta come to the argument to our minister. So I say, Rasta, me and a PNP man, me and a labor right. I come talk to you, I walk back. Let me ask you a question. The defamation of character charge that was brought against Ricketts of BJS. You see?
Brought against who?
Ricketts of Football Federation, man. By the man, I have to pay $9 million and give public apology. You see? Let me ask you a question. When we go to PNP meeting, and me say, Bunting and Lisa and this up Ras, as a Ras, you must give in to gear business. I must say gear man talk. He is Rasta man. Yes.
I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't understand what you're talking about at all.
Well, on, man. Not the fear, nobody fear Rasta for talk to Rasta in front. What? Like when me a labor right up spying and peeping for PNP. So I go on a PNP. So that me can't come around. Not the fear, nobody fear Rasta character. And some of the man we are talking about, man.
I don't have no idea what foolishness you're talking about.
All right, Jerry. All right. Have a good year. That's a class video. Not more than that.
All right. Yes, the numbers again. 619, what next call? 619 1508. 619 1508 and 279 8473. 279 8473. Anyway, the long story short, reading sometime late last week, probably Thursday. Either Thursday or Friday. But anyway, I saw from some of the political writings of Trevor Monroe that Eric Williams was the earlier person in the Caribbean. Eric Williams, the leader of the Trinidadian political life from the 1940s or early 50s, was a earlier person in Caribbean life, political leader and head of government, who used to require all ministers, all people who he was appointing to be ministers in his cabinet, to sign letters of resignation before them take up the appointment, and no date must be on the letter, so that at any time he could claim that they resign. Now somebody, a prime minister, I believe, well, it depends on the country and depends on the rule in each country. Usually a prime minister or head of government is able to fire somebody out of his service, out of his or her service. Fire somebody out of them cabinet, because the cabinet is a part of his team or his or her team. And usually they are able to fire, dismiss somebody out of the cabinet. Sometimes politically it is more desirable for it to appear like a voluntary parting of company rather than the firing by the boss. So a letter of resignation by the person who the leader of the government want to get rid of is usually preferable to firing them, unless a leader want to deliberately show and give the impression to the public that they have removed this person. Is not the person decide to leave, or the person becomes ashamed and repentant about some bad move they make and decide to resign. You understand the difference? Like if somebody behave badly on a football team or even a track and field team and decide that they are ashamed and they should remove themselves from the team and stop coming to training, or they might resist being corrected, and eventually they are removed by the coach or by the captain or by the manager or by a popular uprising that said we don't want this person to represent us again. Yeah, so long story short, I learned from reading Trevor Monroe's one of his textbooks that he used to over many years of teaching political science at the University of West Indies, that Eric Williams was the earlier person in the Caribbean who used to do that kind of thing. Require people that him appoint a certain post to give him a letter of resignation before them even start work, but that doesn't have any date on it, so that any time he would be able to remove them in a way that is less controversial, more than openly firing them. Anyway, that is just, might not seem important, but I thought it important to correct or update that information. Yet maybe Eric Williams learned it from somebody else. Maybe he thought of it himself. Many ideas that human beings have, most ideas that human beings have, especially good ideas, many people think of them at different times. Several people think of them in different places that don't know one another, never heard about one another. But the same ideas come to many people in different places, because the same intelligence that you have, not the very same ideas, but the same facility or faculty, what that is known as intelligence. Many other humans, and probably all human beings have intelligence, and many do have the same kind of intelligence that you have, or the level of intelligence that you have, and therefore them can come to the same conclusion that you without talking to you, or without not even knowing about you. They might not even speak the language that you speak. Somebody can have the same idea, and that person is a speaker of Russian language or some African language, and never meet you, never read anything that you wrote, but them have the same idea. Many cultures around the world, the majority of the population come either into the agreement or come to practice the habit of having many partners, like a male can have many partners or many so-called wives. Some societies, them have an idea and become normal idea that a woman can have more than one husband. There are societies like that, where women, societies and religion like that, where women are allowed and expected to have more than one male partner. Although most places in the world is the other way around, that males are permitted and sometimes expected to have more than one male partner. So these ideas rise up. All ideas. Any idea is liable to rise up anywhere in the mind of anyone, because human beings have the same kind of intelligence, and them have imagination, can make them think of things and work out things, or try to work out things in their brain, and to be able to work out whether it can work or work out whether it don't look like it can work. So ideas rise up all of us. Anyway, Eric Williams may not be the first person who would have that idea. Maybe him learn it from somebody else before, or maybe him get that idea for himself without hearing it from somebody else. And is it possible that I'll even Siaga or Wholeness get the idea for themselves without getting prompted or coached by somebody else? It's possible. Not impossible at all. Anyway. Another thing is when these ministers of government was found to be violating the disaster risk management protocols the other day, a suggestion was made to fine them and collect money. Well, let's get back to that. We have a phone call here. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Jerry.
Welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing?
Not so bad. I'm just here. My question I like to ask, do the Minister of Finance did consult the nation before them directly go ahead with the new money?
Well, them don't usually, no. They don't usually consult the public. Sometimes politicians consult the public about things, but most time they make them decision and them just announce it.
Okay, then, so them and them friend make this decision and after they just throw it in the public.
Yeah.
That seems like what they do, already make the money before, and then they just have a press conference and say, this is the new money that's gonna come the next 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, why you wondering about that?
Yeah, because that is wrong. You can't just go make and just change over something with nobody. You never get.
Yeah, they can do it, and them do it more than one time. They can do it. Most time when them put out any new money, them not really come.
So you think that is right?
It don't matter to me.
Okay, it matters to me here because the nation has to have rule and regulation. Okay, do you know if none of the ministers them get charged up to now, where it got a party, we breach the protocol?
Yeah, I don't have any of them being charged.
Hold on, sir. This guy with name Flight Green or whatever I want to name.
Yeah.
I think that early on, I think it was sometime in last year, he was at a party, if I'm not mistaken, at a hotel. And I think that the Prime Minister said they remove him. And he come back again and do the same thing without any mask. So he don't get arrested, but they did arrest somebody in St. Thomas. And I don't know if the guy gets 6 months or whatever, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that they did get charged with 200,000, something like that. And so they can do every wrong in the country and blatant to this. To show you all this man is blatant, company your public TV. You understand? With no mask, nothing on the other party. And everybody sit down with it.
Hello.
And take it.
Hello. Because the public was dissatisfied. Eventually, I think the man either resign or Wholeness demand him resignation. But when the question came about him to be charged, you remember what happened when the question came about him to be charged? Flight with him, that first incident. You remember what happened?
Mm-hmm.
The person who usually recommend, and when there is doubt, especially in the police mind, the person who usually recommend and sometimes demand and suggest that charges be laid. That is the Director of Public Prosecution. You remember?
The DPP.
Yeah. You remember what she said? You remember what she said?
I'm not clear. I don't want to say what she never said, but I know that what she said was never right.
You remember that what she said wasn't right, but you don't remember what she said?
Something about...
No, hold on. Make her get it clear. You remember that what she said wasn't right, but you don't remember what she said.
Okay, I don't remember. Overall,
yeah, because people not going to respect your opinion much if they find out that you decide that what she said wasn't right, but you still can't remember what she said. People will take it, say you're prejudiced because you don't make a ruling, just like how she's done make some ruling already. And it seemed like she make up her mind either before or she determined to rule and decide. Yeah, hold on please. Or she decide to rule on the side of certain people. Like most times she rule on the side of government official and police and all them kind of people. And against what the public is bawling out for justice. Like with the Rastafarian woman the other day who get violated with her hair.
She would get any justice somehow.
Yeah, so you now sound like her if you are going to say you don't remember what she said but you know it was wrong. You're going to sound like her too. Making judgment yet you don't know, you can't remember the evidence but you make a judgment. So people kind of don't value your opinion much when them find say you're going to make judgment of a prejudice, not of a evidence, you know?
Yeah, tell me what she said.
Alright, you're coming to that. What she did say, and I think others did say so too. Listen, I think she did point out that government ministers are exempt. That means that they are excused from having to follow all of the disaster regulations. So therefore them couldn't charge him as a government minister. You remember? No, so? She did say that or some other official did say that. That was the reason why.
That was never passed for them, sir.
What's that? What is that?
That was never passed to them at the time.
That was never taught to them?
The law, with them that tried pass at the time when she bring up that it never passed at the time.
I believe it was. I believe it was. I believe it was.
I remember said this government officially get reach the protocol, this phase one.
Yeah, the one in Warmington.
Call something there.
No, what happened is that I think certain of the regulations, you see, they are not subject to like curfew. In other words, they can be on the road in after the curfew hours that apply to the...
Sir.
Listen to me, please.
Sir,
Hello.
Listen what I am saying. It never passed. After them pass it, because why the policeman, he directly either tell him whatever.
No, whatever mean nothing. Tell me what you're talking about. Whatever doesn't mean anything.
Okay. I think the police was with him at the time. I don't remember fully, but I think the police was telling say it was a no movement day, something like that. Right?
You talk about Warmington?
Yes. And him called something upon him phone and
who named something there?
Hello.
Hello. Stop. Please stop. Who named something there? Him called something there. Who named something there?
One of the ministers upon him phone.
Him call him Minister of Security. Minister of Security.
Yeah. I must about 1 day or 2 days after them come up and say, "Well, minister can be out and no movement there and so forth." I mean, I say no, so them here people is wicked.
Anyway, you're moving away from what we were discussing and therefore what we're discussing don't get any clearer. I believe that there are some people who are exempt, who are allowed to be out during the time, to be out and about on the streets during the time when curfew applied to the general population, including members of the medical service, with doctor, nurse, ward maid and them people. other people like fireman and many other people included.
And police.
Yes, and police and many others, many other people.
But it never talk about a politician. That's what I'm
Anyway, I believe that when Floyd Green was seen celebrating at that hotel, that he was not charged by police because of being a government minister and was not subject to be off of the road at that time.
Yeah, but the matter of the point is the party where they was having is not supposed to be keeping.
All right.
And it's not supposed to be keeping, even if it's supposed to be on the road, it's not supposed to attend in the party then, because I don't know if it's...
No, listen here now, listen. Hello.
Yeah.
I have to go now, but the part... Hold on, please. I have to go now, but that occasion where Floyd Green was seen, the first occasion with him, was it not at a hotel?
Yes.
Yeah, well, a hotel now is a place where people can go and have meals, or people can go and spend overnight and pay for accommodation.
Alright, me go, but before I go, me go say something to you. You see, when them same resign, it was just to just make him cool off and then
I know.
You hear me?
I know.
Alright, thanks. Alright.
The numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508 and 279-8473, 279-8473. Anyway, Wholeness now in mocking the public and the people of Jamaica in the parliament and laughing and ridiculing the public and announcing that there must be those politicians who of his party must be $100,000 must be collected from them, and Babs Grange must take that money and spend in some worthy cause. I am wondering and suspecting, say, all that joke was about the upcoming visit of this Duke in England, this grandson of the Queen of England, and him husband, and him wife. Wholeness was mocking the suggestion that the public don't like how he must spend money upon the visit of the grandson of the Queen of England and his wife, while them should be paying for themselves. But what it suggests to me is that him tell Babsy Green to collect them money there for some worthy cause, like to spend money with some of the people in a trench town, so that them would have participated in this whole thing that there is a trench town, and a lot of Jamaica is disappointed in some of the people at trench town and the image of trench town as a community that bow down to Queen and them Grand Picnic. So that probably is their money there. Wellness was referring to take the money, collect the money from the minister and go take it, go pay. Some people don't trench down for compromise themselves and say, we the people are trenched down, don't mind no royal visit and we like the Queen of England. Well, anyway, that is just an idea which the mockery of woman wellness suggests to me. If they do that in public, you can imagine what further things they would do in private. If they are so feisty and impertinent in public and bare-faced, because that's the thing about him, bare-faced. You can imagine. Bare-faced just like Putin, bare-faced like Trump. The bare-faced people frequently hang out together, or they do business together. You see the behavior of Trump, they don't care. We can use the name Trump and Putin the same sentence, and it mean probably the same thing. You see how bare-faced a man like Putin is, and how bare-faced a man like Trump is. And it's not surprising that two of them would do business together, because they don't give one damn about what anybody think, as long as them have the power to do it and as long as them get some result out of it, some reward. And there's that kind of bare-faced thing that did make the government of England penetrate the Maroon from 300 years ago and be confident that some of the Maroon leaders would go along with them in the betraying of the rest of the people. Let's get back to the telephone. Good. Good morning. Welcome.
Shalom.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Are you there? Not there? Alright, don't seem like him feel to talk at this time. Yeah. The numbers again, 619-1508. Can you give me the music paper? 619-1508 and 279-8473. 279-8473. We have all of them? Yeah, man. So anyway, look, we might have a call, but in the meantime, if not, we're going to play a piece of music. And this one is about some of the minstrel. Have a call ready? Yeah. Good morning and welcome.
Blessings and good day again, Terry.
Yeah, good morning.
Are you hearing me or you're not hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay, it's concerning the visit of this Duke and his wife.
Duke and him Dutchy.
Okay.
A Dutchy.
Okay,
the Duke belongings is called Dutchy, you know.
Oh, as in Dutch
official
or Dutch pot?
No, not Dutch pot, Dutchy. Is an official word or not? Dutchy. Is it? Dutchy is a territory where a duke is given. When them award a duke, duke mean leader or ruler of a duchy. A duchy is an area of land. D-U-C-H-Y, duchy.
Oh, so it could equate to Rasta on the province, as in Rastafari in Ethiopia.
No, Rastafari, the title Rasta in Ethiopia is equivalent to the title Duke in Europe, Duke.
Yes.
And the Duke, okay. Rastafari was the Ras of Harar.
Yes, exactly.
And so the Harar would be the territory, the province, or what they would call the Duchy of Tafari.
Okay, all right. So he also has a duchy, all right.
Yeah, but in pass it and go to bigger things.
Yeah, it would be interesting to note. I don't know if someone could call and back me on this. Whether or not they have visited Old Hope Road.
Old Hope Road, meaning where?
That is the Bob Marley Museum.
No, that's New Hope Road. Bob Marley Museum is on New Hope Road.
Okay.
Old Hope Road is from Crossroads.
Yes,
listen.
Hope Road.
Old Hope Road is from Crossroads to Papine. Yes, and New Hope Road is from halfway tree to Matilda's Corner.
I'm trying to recall an incident that happened when Obama visited.
Yeah, what did happen?
Concerning the Whaler, Bonnie Whaler.
What did happen with Bonnie Whaler?
He subsequently came and said on some media outlets he was being disrespected.
Oh.
No.
Yes, I faintly remember something.
It was a son of Bob Marley was on the media saying that Mr. Whaler was being disrespectful in regards to when he was asked to vacate the compound because Obama was being.
Oh, yes. I think so.
There. So
I think it wasn't Bonnie Whaler. It was one of Bob Marley's children. It was Bonnie Whaler.
Yes, it was one of Bob Marley's son who made that a report and some media house. I think it's a calling program, but
yeah.
I think one of the main reasons why they visited Trenchtown is because of the fame it has established worldwide by Bob Marley.
Yeah, they orchestrate the whole of this thing.
Yes.
Then plan it and rehearse it and orchestrate it as if it's something that does happen naturally and spontaneously. Even last night, the Academy Awards thing there. You know, Academy Award when them give big prize for acting in a movie and them thing there.
Will Smith slap someone in their face.
Yes, all them things they can orchestrate it too, you know that?
Yes. To attract attention and
attract attention. And not only that. Let me ask you, you're a good person to ask this opinion, you know. Because I asked my wife this morning, I asked my brother-in-law. Reason with them, because I watch it with them. If that MC, and I understand that the guy there, what's his name again? Chris Rock. He wasn't actually MC for the program. He was one of the presenters. The MC the whole program. But now and again, them call up somebody else as a presenter who probably go and present the prize. All right, Chris Rock. If that presenter, Chris Rock, was in Chris Rock's space, if that was a white person, whether a white male comedian like Chris Rock is a black male comedian, or whether a female, white female, or whether somebody else, not a comedian, a star, or somebody else, if it was a white personality was up there and run the same joke, is it likely that not exactly Will Smith, somebody like Will Smith, either him or somebody like him, not exactly him, is it likely that somebody like Will Smith would I leave him seat and go up there and clap him in his face and it just squash down, so?
Far from the reality.
Tell me what you think would happen if that was a white comedian, well-known, or a white movie star or a musician, well-known person, white personality. Make that joke about Will Smith's wife. What do you think would happen?
Well, you mean if Chris Rock had made, if someone who is a Caucasian have made the remarks that...
Yeah, doing the job that Will Smith...
they would just laugh and brush it off. Will Smith wouldn't even think twice to...
He might think twice and he might even start making him wake up. But I think before him reach up there, him would either change him mind or security guard would move toward him, or the rest of the people that start saying, oh no, you know?
There you go.
Or if him do it, you know, say it wouldn't just squash down, so.
I know.
Them wouldn't even present him award to him. I sure if it was a big white personality and him box him that way and go sit down back, when him time come for them call him up for award, by that time you would see the judges them huddle around together and decide that in light of what just happened recently, we think it is improper to present somebody like that and that category. Next week we will have another delayed Academy Award in that division, and you will know who the real winner is. But a person like that could never, you understand? I think I might be wrong.
I think so too also. I echo the same sentiment to you, but I want to get back to
back to your point. Sorry. We might have a call you back and make up. Look, I'm going to take your number and call you back and make up the time for you. Because 11 now.
Okay.
Sorry about take your number off the air, please. 11 o'clock, straight.
You're listening to Bess
100.
Talking about transportation, transporting the past, the present and the future generation. Whether taxi, private vehicle or bike, your 2 bicycle wheel them or a hike. Listen up quick, you coulda young or you old. Up on the bus cause we are got the road.
The implementation of the Southern Coastal Highway Program, the SCHIP, is one of the government's flagship road projects for the 2022-2023 fiscal year. Stay tuned for the latest updates. I'm Jeremy Lee Nelson.
The works will be implemented under the project include the road widening and realignment, the drainage upgrade, bridge construction, water line and sewer line installation, ducts for fiber optics cables, traffic management improvement, and safety improvement such as sidewalks, street lights, markings, and signage. This is not only a roadway, it is a development corridor and a game changer for the eastern end of the island.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness giving an update on the project during the recently concluded 2022-2023 budget debate. Tranche 1 of the project has 5 packages which are between 63% and 78% complete. The Hordley to Long Road and Manchonil to Fair Prospect stretches are currently at the highest level of completion. The government is spending just under $5.4 billion of the corridors making up Tranche 1.
Tranche 2, valuing approximately $6.6 billion, has a further 5 packages and is between 15 and 30% complete. Just over 38 kilometers of road is being targeted for reconstruction under this tranche. Already, the Maypen to Williamsfield Phase 1C of the Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project is underway. That's the extension to the East-West Highway.
This leg of the highway is now 64% complete with an expected completion date of March 2023. The project is being undertaken by China Harbour Engineering Company Limited, Czech. Elements of the project are at various stages of development, including earthworks at approximately 87%, bridge construction at approximately 86%, box and pipe culvert construction at 85%, and asphalt paving at approximately 19% completion.
Upon completion, this road extension will enable the bypass of the winding and narrow roads of Porus in Manchester, eventually merging into the Melrose Hill bypass. It will reduce the travel time from Kingston to Williamsfield to approximately 40 minutes, hereby improving personal productivity and providing a basis for bolstering business activity, including South Coast tourism.
The construction will include a new interchange at Clarendon Park with a link road from the highway to the main road at a traffic signal controlled intersection. The National Road Operating and Constructing Company NROC is overseeing the construction, and environmental manager at the agency, Errol Mortley, says 2 toll plazas and 1 administrative building will also be built, with their layout to be similar to those at Caymanas on the North-South Highway.
We'll have a toll plaza on the main line, and the main line toll plaza will be at St. Jago Road. And for persons who don't know where St. Jago Road is, it's in the vicinity of Toll Gate. So if you're going straight to Mandeville, you'll pay a toll at that location. There'll be another toll plaza on what we call the Link Road, which is a road that can take you back to Clarendon Park or to Toll Gate. So if you're coming off, you'll take a ramp off and you will pay your toll and get off.
Access at one section of the corridor will be free for members of the public.
This is part of the corridor which is along the current Melrose bypass. So if you're coming from Porus, you go to Mandeville now on the Melrose bypass and they pass the Yam Village. That part of the road will, quote unquote, we call the free section. That means person traveling from Mandeville going to Porus will not have to pay any toll using that corridor. And vice versa, if you're coming from Porus, going to Mandeville or Williamsfield, you don't have to pay any toll. But if you're going eastwards to Kingston or to Clarendon Park or to Maypen, then you'll pay toll at the Clarendon Park Toll Plaza.
Environmental Manager at NROC, Errol Mortley. And that's where we're going to let you off for Do Road this week. I am Jeremy Lee Nelson. And until next time, you could walk, ride, take taxi or bus, take time drive, and go on, go Do Road.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
A great nation deserves a great radio station. 100.5 Bess FM for the good of all Jamaicans.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
Veg Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
Melody, melody, melody in our voice. Kemisha plays the music nice. Melody, melody, melody in our voice. Kemisha full of vibes. Best FM run the town. Yes, I run the town, hear me loud and clear. They run the country and the town, or the foreigner. Bless the love and to impress Kamisha on Best FM, and it's all about the resetting, Mondays to Thursdays, 2 to 5 p.m. on Best FM. Keep it locked. This is Warrior King, the Black Emperor. Come on, tune in.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best
Yeah, welcome back to the program. Here now started off with in the second hour by the Melodian singing by the Rivers of Babylon. We'll soon come back to that. We are going to take 2 calls. Good morning and welcome. Are you there? Welcome. We had 2 calls waiting, but maybe they waited too long. Anyone there? Good morning, welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, ma'am. How are you doing, ma'am?
I am fine, and how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, I'm having an issue whereby I know the fare is $120 in Kingston.
What? The what?
The fare.
You mean road taxi fare?
Yes, so they say road taxi.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so it's for $120. And I know it is said that it's illegal to charge $150, but yet still taxi drivers are still charging $150.
Yes.
Right, recently I took a taxi and I gave the taxi man $120.
Yeah.
And he almost carried me away in the taxi because he's saying, well, it's $150.
All right, so hold on. You were on what route?
I was on Old Hope Road. So I'm at the NCB tours going at least 2 minutes drive on that road.
You're going up or down to Crossroads?
So, repeat?
You're going up to Ligani or down to Crossroads?
Up to Ligani. So I was going on, I think, is it Windward Avenue? Windward Avenue.
Which one?
Windward Avenue.
Or Windsor? At Windsor Avenue?
Windsor, right.
Yeah.
So I was on that road, so it's not even far distance where I could say, okay, $150. But it's $120 for the fare. The taxi man wouldn't let me out of the taxi.
Hold on, other people were in the car, ma'am?
One person was in the car as well, and she was saying nothing.
All right, so you told him, you asked him to stop.
Right, and he wouldn't let me out.
No, hold on. When you asked him to stop, did he slow down and start to stop?
No, he did not slow down. Actually, it took him a while for him to slow down. And
so what he really wanted to do is make sure him collect, so I'm not slowing down until him check how much you're giving him.
Well, I gave him the fare long before, so he knew that it's $120 I gave him.
Yeah, so when you give him the fare, what he said?
He's complaining that it's $150 for the fare.
Yes, is this a young person or a middle-aged or old person?
It's a middle-aged man.
Yes. And the other passenger was a male?
It was a female.
And what did she say? Did she say anything?
She said nothing, and I am assuming it's because taxi drivers are charging $150, which I am seeing the government says that's illegal. So I want to know what will the government do for persons that are paying $150. I don't see where salaries.
All right, ma'am. Was that taxi? Was it a red plate on the taxi?
Yes, there was a red plate on the taxi.
Red plate. All right. Is it the first anything like this ever happened to you, ma'am?
Yes, it's the first it has ever happened.
All right. What would you do next time now?
What would I do next time? I'll just pay the $120.
All right. All right. The next time.
Mm-hmm.
You take a taxi on that road all the time?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, whether on that road or not, the next time you're going into a taxi, what's the first thing you're going to do? The next time you want a taxi.
So I need to take the license. I did not take the license.
No, hold on. Next time you're going into a taxi, what are 2 or 3 of the things that you're going to do?
The first thing I should have done was take the license plate number.
Yes. And you don't take the face neither. That don't mean take a picture. You don't look at the faces of the people before you go in a taxi.
Yes, I do.
All right. And if you recognize the person like him, then no, you wouldn't bother take it.
Repeat?
If you recognize his face, so would you still take it?
No, I wouldn't.
All right. Apart from recognizing him face, now you also would check if it's a red plate before you go in there too.
But it was a red plate taxi.
Yeah, no, but the next time, that time you didn't check the number, but this time now you will check if it's a red plate first, right?
Right.
And then you will check the number.
Right.
Maybe you might scribble the number on a little piece of paper.
Right.
And then you take the taxi. And also, before you go to the bus stop, you would make sure you have the right change.
But it is the right change, isn't it?
I know you did it already, but every time, I advise, not just the last time, advise people always to have change, always.
Right.
So
but
now,
that's not the issue. What will the government do for instances like this? What has been happening? I don't see Transport Authority doing anything.
no, they're not going to do anything. But what you must do now, you must do something for yourself so that when you report it.
But and even the police officers and other people are put in place to do these things.
I agree with you, ma'am. I agree with you. Do you go to high school?
No, I don't go to high school.
You finished school already?
Yes, I finished school already.
And you're working or you're still studying?
I'm still a student.
Still a student, all right. Well, by the time you reach over 12, 13, 14, it is best for young people to realize that in Jamaica, the government is not going to serve you.
So after 12 and 13 years old, the government won't serve us?
No, you must, listen to me, ma'am, please, ma'am. I am saying it is best for young people in Jamaica by the time they reach 12 and 13 and 14 to realize that government is not serving you. Although government should serve citizens in Jamaica, government is not serving you, and therefore you have to look out for yourself. Just like when you leave your parents' home, your parents will protect you at home, but when you're gone out by yourself, you have to look out for yourself until you can reach back your parents, right? So government in Jamaica now, when you reach a young person like yourself, should realize that government not serving you, and therefore you have to take extra special care. Otherwise, you wouldn't have to be looking on a taxi to see if it have on red plate. You wouldn't have to be taking the number, and you wouldn't have to be getting spare change. But when government is not serving you, you have to do these things for yourself. And then now, when you have to report it now, so whether to Transport Authority or to police, you don't let them get away easy, because the first thing they want to say, but you didn't take him number. And you say, yes, I did take him number. Them vex you, because you're putting them to work. Public servant don't like when you put them to work, Most public servant don't like when you put them to work. They are there to work, But they don't like when you put them to work. When you have sense, you put people to work, Because when you have sense, people can't tell you foolishness. So when you go to the window at the bank, and people say, well, I'm going to take them all for $1, And you have sense to tell them, say, you are bound to take these $1, and then you're putting them to work. Because them don't want to work, because them up on the phone. You all wait a long time, and I say, what happened? You're talking on the phone, and I'm waiting there. You don't see me on the phone, them kind of waiting. So when you know what to do, you put people to work, and people frequently resent when you put them to work. But you mustn't bother worry about that. You must just know, so you know how to look after yourself and look about yourself. So when you have that, yeah, ma'am. So next time you're going to look out more carefully, and you're going to look for that driver, and don't take him, and then you're going to take other measures to look out for yourself. And then
that's what I should do. That's all I should do.
Yes, you can report. No. If you have the information about the driver, did you take out more money and give him?
No, I did not.
No, that's great. That's great of you. I admire you very much. And when he stopped, he didn't want to let you out. All right. Did you open the door yet? Did he stop yet?
Yes, he actually stopped at a distance.
He stopped, and then when you opened the door, he didn't attempt to drive off fast. Because you have to be very careful,
No.
All right. Did he quarrel after that, or he just stopped talking?
yes, he quarreled.
He quarreled, yes. All right. Well, you just avoid him in the future, and
because it's not just him; it's several taxi drivers.
I know. All right, there are several of them doing that, you see, ma'am. When there are several of us now doing what you did, they're going to find out, say, they're not going to get away with it so easy. So when they find out that there's several of us like you, that time the public, and you are a great example, when several people start to behave like you, that is when we're going to change government in this country. You understand that? You know that, ma'am?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. They're great. And don't quarrel. Don't quarrel and cuss. Just do the right thing, talk the right thing, and don't make them join a quarrel. Don't make them provoke you for cuss. Cause all me more time, me get provoked for cuss, but me I cut it out more and more. But don't make them make you quarrel. Don't make them make you get angry. Cause anger no thing where you feel habitually just get angry every minute, every day. Every day I get angry about something. No good.
Okay.
I appreciate the call very much. The first time you called me. Thank you very much for the call here, ma'am. And when you have all that information, you can report it now to the authorities who might do something or might not do something. But don't just decide that they're not going to do something. Because if you think about the bad things too much, it's not good for your mind. Always think about what you would like to happen, the good thing you would like to happen. And if it don't happen, you don't feel too disappointed, here, ma'am.
Okay, no problem.
What are you studying, ma'am?
Repeat?
What are you studying?
I'm doing fine arts at Edna Manley.
Come again?
Fine arts at Edna Manley College.
Finance and what?
Fine arts at Edna Manley College.
Fine arts and what?
At Edna Manley College.
That's great. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You too, have a great day.
Yeah, man, you started nice. That's great. Any more? Yes, so I played that piece of music a while ago, By the Rivers of Babylon. Because thousands of years ago, that music, the lyrics of that music was written over 3,000 years ago. 3,000 years ago, when some people were in captivity just like us, and what they were singing and saying. But they were in captivity in Babylon, you know, like how we in captivity in Jamaica. They were in Babylon. And them used to go by the riverside when they get like a free time. And them used to sing, say, By the Rivers of Babylon. And there we sat down and take a break. And then we cry when we remember where we used to be and when we were free. And we also cry again when the people who kept us in captivity saying to us, come and sing some of your music for us. And Bob Marley, come and sing some music for us. And you, Rastaman, come and drum some music for us. And when we remember after having us in hardship and captivity, they want us to come and sing, and they want us to come and play our drums for them. And we weep to cry for no. So imagine after them add insult to injury. Them injure we already, you know. And now them insult upon top of it. That's why I played a piece of music there. For the Duke and the Dutchie. The Duke and the Dutchie want Bob Marley come sing for them. Sing us one of the songs of Zion. Imagine, them have you in prison and say, sing some of the song of street for me. Sing some song about when you did their road. You, Jack Ure, sing some song about for me when you did their road. And you, Bob Marley, sing us one of the song of Zion. Let's get back to the phone. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, morning, Jerry. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Long time I don't talk to you.
Come on, that's true.
Jerry, I have a concern.
Come again, yeah?
My concern is about these people that they call the astrologers in this country.
What they call?
The astrologers.
Astrologers, you mean the people advertising? Yes. The people advertising on TV?
The people advertisement with the Indian, them say them are astrologers.
Yeah.
And you know, see them thing, you know, say that is a hobby business.
No, astrology and hobby is not exactly the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because what I think about these people are here full of this country, and I don't see any benefit that they are doing to the country.
All right, you know any of them?
No, sir. I mean, I really know them. I'm see things.
All right, you know says you know say don't must be an Indian.
Well, could be, yes, could be.
You see them picture?
Me not see them picture, them not sure.
Then how you know say it's Indian?
Them show one picture, them show one thing on the TV.
Yes, all right. How you know that is Indian?
That picture them show on TV.
I ask you how you know that the person advertising is an Indian?
Well, that's what them say. There's Indian doing the astrologers. I don't know.
Hello, you know what I'm to you? You listen to your radio and through that you not answer me. You not talk to me sensible like me on your talk.
No, man, I not listen to radio.
But I am hearing your radio.
No. You don't know when you're radio. Out the door.
When the telephone conversation start, and ever your radio playing?
Yes, it was playing, but I
Oh, then you're going like a fool to me talk. You're going like an astrologer.
No, man.
Yes, man, you're going like an astrologer.
I'm the astrologer.
I'm the astrologer. I'm the astrologer. I'm the radio up and I tell you, say, One radio play, I had to go and like say, I can't see through you. Alright, hear this now. Hear this now. Hey,
you know what I call is about these ring thing where the school children and we
you muffle up, sir? You have a mask?
Eh?
You have a mask? Attack?
No man, me not have no mask. That's how me there a bush me in you know.
Oh, you have bush over your mouth.
Bush me in.
Yes,
yeah,
alright.
Them ring thing where them have there, them yard ring thing. They are coming from those people, you know.
Alright, hear this now. The people who want to make money know that a lot of Jamaican people are superstitious. You know? So them know that people want to read up.
Yeah.
So them go on the TV and them advertise and them make up some names sound like Indian. Like them that go up on the TV and say, oh, my name Coombs. And then give them number, say, I'm a Coombs. You know? So phone me and me can read you up. And if you have any problem, if you have a problem with job or with visa or with sex, me Coombs can fix them thing there.
Okay.
You know Coombs?
No, sir.
Alright, well, when I want to say Coombs, I'll give out him number so I'm going to read it. But when people superstitious and them hear say certain nation of people can read up good. Because some people claim say Indian can read up good enough. And the next person claim say Muslim can read up good. And next one say Christian can read up good. And the next one say revivalist and Kumina can read up good. So according to what them believe now, people put an image and put out advertisement and say, call me and me fix you. Me fix your visa problem for you. And the next one say, call me and me make your daughter pass common entrance. And the next one say, call me and me make your shoes stop burn you. You know? And next one say, call me on the case where I go court next week. Me make you get out of it. So a lot of people in Jamaica believe in these things. You know, see the school
I know that.
You know, see the school youth. You know, see the school youth where I go school where they.
Yes,
and him, hold on, man. And him a keep goal for him school. And him a do well as a goalie. Some people believe say him lucky. At the same time, I don't lucky him lucky. I watch him, the boy where shoot the goal and him careful and calculate and save the goal. After a while now, some of the children start to believe some of the older people say if you have on a certain ring, nothing can do you. You have some taxi driver drive some wicked way, you know why? Him claim say him guarded, you know.
Yes, because they have on a ring.
So I'm not afraid of no accident. Some people take insurance company for read a man, you know. So I'm saying to him insure now him drive anyway too. Because the him insurance company powerful. So because people are superstitious, that's why them cannot put out them. It don't must be an Indian behind there putting out that advertisement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's my concern. I just let me call they sign out, you know.
So you lose any money off of them?
Me?
Just say yes or you go around the corner, something wrong. I believe you lose money off of them.
Me not deal with them people, man.
You don't answer, man. You all know you go around. You don't answer.
What you mean you go around? I say me not deal with them people, man.
You get burned one time?
A Bible me deal with.
Eh?
I deal with them people. Bible me deal with.
You tie up a Bible with shoestring and spin it. Or you catch that right now?
What you say?
They say if you tie up the one Bible with one long string and pin it, or put key in the Bible and spin it.
No, sir, me sit down and read my Bible, man. Me not believe in them thing with them at all.
Alright, good.
Yeah. All the best.
Anything else you can call me and me will read it up.
Yes, alright.
I forgot to say for you some of my brethren, you know. Some brethren will listen to my program and some sisters. Alright, any more calls? No more. Good morning and welcome.
Shalom again, shalom.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, I didn't get to the meat of the matter. That's what the point I was trying to bring in out in regards to the visitor. The Duke and the Duke and his wife. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that someone would call to confirm whether or not he has visited Hope Road.
Hope Road, you mean Bob Marley Museum? Okay.
Yes. Okay, but...
Well, you what them do now? Them want to Either the Jamaica government or somebody, they want to highlight somewhere different. For some reason, they want to highlight somewhere different. So them carry them go down Trench Town. And them get together some authentic Trench Town people and show them, say, see the dreadlock there. And them show the next one and say, see a revival, somebody say, how sure parade. And them show them the next one and say, see one musician there. And then show them the next one and say, that one a singer, that no musician, you know. And they carry them over Ambassador. You know Ambassador in a Trench Town?
Didn't know.
Ambassador is a movie theater, all time movie theater named Ambassador Theater.
Okay.
The original them and tell them say, this are the Ambassador live, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry.
Babs the Grange rig up the whole of that, you know.
I have a little to say in regards to the song that you just played, Psalms 137.
Yes, yes.
But let me finish this first. You see, it was Bob Marley who made, well, the main person was Bob Marley who made that community in Kingston famous. Trench Town.
I wouldn't say so, you know. It's famous before, but it did a great part of refurbishment.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Did you know that the people of the Caucasian race, so to speak, claim Bob Marley as their own?
Yes, because his father is a Caucasian.
Okay.
So them have a right to claim him. Them have a right to claim him.
All right. His father, so after truth, Bob Marley is 100%.
100% what?
Caucasian.
No, not 100%. His mother is
no,
not.
If we are to take how the Most High God describe a man, whether male or female child, it's of its father's lineage. It's of its
who
father's
tell you that?
seed.
Who tell you that?
All right. I'm going to give you an example. Nature shows us. Nature. I'm going to give you an example.
Tell me how nature
for
shows
the benefit. Yeah, for the benefit of your listeners.
Yeah, do it fast.
I'm living in Portmore. If I was to take an apple seed from Portmore and go and plant it in a different field in Montego Bay, what would I get?
What did I get?
Yeah.
I get a Moby apple.
No. I would get an apple, but listen, I would get the same apple, OTT apple.
Yeah.
But it may have a different taste, a different flavor. It may be grown a little bigger, depending on the fatness and the richness of the soil.
Yeah.
So, Bob Marley's mother was the soil, and the seed that was planted in her.
Bob Marley's mother is
Bob Marley's mother is an Israelite.
No.
I can show you. I can also emphasize that.
Hold on.
Henceforth the song.
Hold on.
The song that you sing just now, By the Rivers of Babylon.
No. Here it is now.
And I'm always in conversation with you to point out who we really are.
No, well, hear this now. Hear this now. A human mother is not the soil.
No, it should refer towards the seed.
When you attack, I allow you, know.
Okay, fine.
Yes, okay. A human mother is not the soil. Human being, the human is made into sections. And 2 sections don't just add up, they multiply. So now, the human lineage run through both mother and father. And a horse and a donkey is not the same species. And because they are not the same species, them horse and donkey don't reproduce. Them reproduce, but what them reproduce is not fertile. The mule that come from a horse and donkey is not fertile. It done this up.
Yes, Jerry.
But whenever you see... Hold on. I never interrupt you. And if you interrupt 2 people who love one another, they won't breed. But if you don't interrupt them, they will breed. They will multiply. All right. So same it is now that a female human being and a male human being have 2 of the components that is necessary for a new life to start. When them 2 components, 1 seed and 1 egg, when the seed fertilize the egg, because the egg not fertile, till the seed fertilize it. When it gets fertilized, that's the beginning of a new life. And the mother, the female human being, is built to nurture that young life till any time it can breed on its own. The woman is not no soil, and the man is the seed. The two of them
Jerry,
is two parts of the human.
let me put this henceforth, based on what you just stated, henceforth, what are you saying totally? Is Bob Marley a half-breed? Half Caucasian or half black?
No, Bob Marley is a human being, and he is a human being of both European heritage and African heritage.
All right. Permit me, if you will. I'm going to ask your listeners who is listening to us now to go and look what God the Creator said. All right?
The Creator, you're talking about a piece of writing. Who wrote that piece of writing?
But you agree with some of the writing?
No, hold on. Who wrote that piece? Who wrote that piece of writing that you referred to?
Who wrote that piece of writing? This particular piece of writing? It was written by Moses.
Yes.
It's accredited to Moses.
Don't tell me that the Creator said this or that. Moses wrote this, that, and the other.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I could go into implication and show you that God himself.
I'll tell you when Moses was inspired
with his own fingers.
What?
God himself writes with his own fingers. I can show you that in the very same book of Moses.
Yes, that's what Moses did say. Moses come down. Moses go up in our mountain. Moses go up in our mountain, and come down and say, him get a special writing of magic.
All right.
Hold on. Him get a special writing called a writing there magic. Matter of fact, this is artificial intelligence, higher intelligence. And it named tablet, like how somebody there discover computer and say, boy, it's higher, artificial intelligence. Moses come down out of the hill with the writing and say, God give him word about the law, say the law, them. But when him come down, him see the people, I broke the law, the previous law we him did have. Him see the people, I broke it even more, because them worship through him missing for a few days. It come like if you believe in a certain radio program as like a pastor or your rabbi have program 3 days a week on a radio station. And through him missing 3 days, probably go up and leave. And him missing 3 days. You know, but wait till him come back, you start worship one next radio program. Moses not spend a couple of days up in the deal, and when him come back, the people them there worship one new God. Him just dash down the writing where him come back with. As imagine. So that for sure how much Moses now was inspired. But when him come back for sure them new writings and him sister them not ready for wait for him. He must have vexed that him mash it up. Him throw away the baby with the bath water, or him give a pint of good milk and then kick it over. All of them three things the same thing, The baby being thrown with the bath water, the cow kicking over the pail of milk, and Moses had dashed down the tablet and mashed up and vexed. Three of them things is the same thing.
Joy Small, are you actually saying that Moses was trickster?
No, he was not trickster, but him subject to anger.
You said he came with writing saying that it is God. It is from God.
It says the word of God, yes.
Are you taking it that it is not God, from God? Yeah. I know what writing you're talking about. And for the sake of your listener, let me go to the text that show you that Bob Marley is 100% Caucasian.
So what if Bob Marley is 100% Caucasian? What is the important? What is the importance of Bob Marley? Why that's so important?
Yes, I can use this to explain the Rastafarian tabernacle in Scots Posh. The land, I can use this to explain that it will eventually manifest in its seed, in its offspring, for they are the same as these. They came from the father. The child actually came from the father. 100%.
What you really start to do, you start focus on Bob Marley. And you focus on him seed now and him lining.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you start to focus on the Marley family now, and you start to elevate them like they're more important than any other family in the world.
No, they are not. They are the
then why you focus? Then why you focusing on them lining? So why you focusing on them lining?
No, listen to me. The caucasian race, and there's no thing as human or human beings. God didn't create them.
You go and focus on Bob Marley.
God created man, male and female. He created
hear this now? Yeah, hear this now? Yeah, hear this?
Yes.
You go and focus on the totem pole of Bob Marley family. Go on.
All right, let me say about the rivers of
Babylon. Call back on next time. Have any more? All right, we're going to play our next piece of music because, as I said, the people were so angry and so hurt that them cry when Babylon asked them to sing one of the songs of Zion. 3,000 years ago that lyrics right, and the melody, and just sing it for a little while by the river of Babylon. You will hear next one now. This one named Minstrel and Queen, because from ancient time, royal families always have people around them to entertain them. And them even have man who make joke about themselves and ridicule themselves in order for the king laugh too. That name Jester, you know. And the joker and the jester, people make all joke on themselves. And you have minstrel, that are the singer them now, and the musician who come specially to please the king and play things that pleasing for the king. Well, David was a minstrel, you know. David used to play for the king of Israel, Saul. When he might get off him head, David play for him cool off him head. Well, let's hear the impressions now. Minstrel and Queen. Like how them go sing for the Duke and the Duchess were there. Minstrel and Queen, impressions. We must tell the Majesty, I am not of your society higher than me. Imagine, musician and singer, I bow down themselves and make themselves low to make other people feel high. Let's get back to the telephone. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Small.
Oh, go on.
I'm there, I listen to you and I do some work at the same time.
Yeah, sound like you're up at JC.
Why, yes, I worry for money missing off the books up there.
That's why I say, because I must say you I go up there, go find, because I know you'll find the money anyway there.
The money me deal with, you know, Mr. Small.
Yes.
Mr. Small, you know, it's only 40% of Jamaican workers filing tax return this year. 40%.
Yeah, the rest of them come below the threshold hour.
No, most of the businesses that you see, like the small sector business, they are informal and they don't file any return.
Oh.
And then a lot of people have lost their job during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And they're not filing any tax because you're supposed to file statutory deduction in NIS, NHT, or education tax.
You're not talking language that people understand what I said.
Yeah, NIS, National Insurance.
What you call statutory deduction?
Compulsory deduction that goes towards your social welfare.
What statutory mean?
Statutory mean that they are compulsory and it is by law.
Yes, statutory mean law. Something demanded by law.
Yes, Mr. Small. Mr. Small, you know that most of the people who earning the minimum wage, you see, they don't file statutory deduction.
Who's supposed to file it?
The employer supposed to file it.
And why are you saying that most of the people who are earning it don't file it and it's not their responsibility?
They're not even aware that the employee is supposed to give them a pay slip for them to know what is their deduction monthly. They don't care about that.
So most time the employee tax them.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Small, rob them.
Tax them and keep the money.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Small. Because look at this example. The minimum wage is going to raise to 9,000 the 1st of April, right?
Yeah, could have fooled me.
For a 40-hour work week, right? And And let's say the girls them will sell cash pot now, because if you go in every cash pot place in Halfway Tree now, it's full up. And they work 12 hours a day from 8 to 8. And they have to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning to get ready to go to work. And they're supposed to work 40 hours for 99,000 a week. Plus they're supposed to get overtime from 5 o'clock come to 8 o'clock every day.
So them I work 60. Them I work 60 hours a week or 72.
72.
Them I work 72 hours a week. So I'm supposed to work 9,000 for the first 40 hours.
40. Yeah.
How much for the next 32?
The time and a half from Monday to Friday would work out to 20 hours.
Eh?
Right? The time and a half, 4 hours every day.
Yeah.
Monday to Friday. Supposed to be
Monday,
20 hours.
No, man. It's the time and a half. Supposed to be 32 hours.
Yeah, but they're supposed to get double time on a Saturday and a Sunday. No?
Oh, all right.
And on public holiday.
No, anyway. Time and a half for anything over 40, right?
Yes. They excluding weekend and public holiday.
So 5 4s, 20. 20 at time and a half. And 12 at double time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So...
And when you work out that salary, Mr. Small, it comes to approximately $24,000 a week. That's a robbery, and most of them now, as we speak, getting about 10,000 maximum per week. And they just hug it up.
Yeah, why them hug it up?
I feel it's desperation cause it, you know, Mr. Small.
No. All right. If them don't hug it up, what will happen?
Why are they going to out of a job?
If them don't hug it up, there's plenty of people out our road who say, I will work 72 hours for $10,000.
Yes. So effectively we are in desperation slavery, wouldn't you say?
You ever hear an MP or a councillor explaining these things to citizens?
No, not from me grew up in Hornet Gardens and me roam all the inner city communities in Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine and Clarendon. I never hear one of them. I'm not even hear the Prime Minister them talk about these things. It's a shame, you know, what's going on in Jamaica, you know.
Yeah.
But I want to say to this day, Mr. Smart,
you
a
shame.
famous crab seller.
All right, you shame. But you think say wellness shame?
No, wellness is shameless.
Shameless.
Yeah, Mr. Smalley is a famous crab seller on the Walton Park Road who used to sell crab at Yagla Avenue near Mangostown.
Yeah. She
collapsed and died.
When?
Over the weekend, Mr. Small.
Yeah, how old she was?
Well, I don't know her exact age, but based on how I look at her and I interact with her, she's supposed to be in either late 40s or early 50s. And I understand rum and boom. Is there rum and boom a tonic?
What is that?
Going to dance and drinking these rum and boom. Is that a tonic?
You couldn't ask me that. You'd have to ask yourself that.
Blood pressure issues, Mr. Small, drinking these, going to dance and palavering and drinking these red and boom, and it spiked the blood pressure and she collapsed and died.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, very sad. A nice little lady who worked very hard. So your famous crab seller on the Waltham is no more.
Somebody will take over that.
Yeah, somebody going to take over that. But Mr. Small, listening to you over the years, and putting one-on-one together. In order to solve this problem here, Mr. Small, what is the world is undergoing and what is to come.
Yeah.
It's just teamwork, Mr. Small.
Yeah.
Yeah, high levels of teamwork and voluntary work and bartering. Through what they call unconditional love, I have unconditional love for this show, and I have unconditional love for people,
Better so.
But the JC incident, Here's a lot of money missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hear further here that a lot more heads going roll. You take care, Mr. Small.
All right, cool, man.
Cool, man.
All right. You have any more caller? Yeah, the numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508, and 279-8473. 279-8473. I want to catch up with some live chat, you know. We have some people here who support the program, but hold on. Or the live chat, you know. Let's get to it, you know. Alright. Live chat for today. 28th of March. Live chat. Bob Cosmic said, greetings to Bongo Jerry, listeners, subscribers, and all at Bess FM. Next one. Sister D. Ruben said, greetings, greatest risings, Ras Bongo. Jerry, best of yourself on Bess FM, family oneness and perfect love, Rastafari. Sister D. Ruben, continue. I Rastafari, Bob Cosmic, Rastafari, love to I and I, pinnacle family, blissful vibration to I in this upful moment. Lion Pass, a morning uncle. The Natal Basco, a greeting and salutation to Bongo Jerry Small. Give thanks to being listening once more. Hail all, I and I, Brixton Square, Rain Rush says so. Young pressure blessings, like always. Blessings like always, my Uncle Bongo Jerry, with enough love and respect again, my general. I listen to you from out of Pittsburgh. Young Pressure said 90. I think must talk about S90. Yeah. Yes, Uncle. S90 and Z90 and CB100, yeah, man. And CB200 too. Jamaica first say good morning, Bongo. Could you expand on the Green Bay killings, please? Alright, later in the program if you remind me. Young Pressure said, Uncle, can you play Barry Brown, Green Bay killings murder? Alright, I might do that if you remember. Bob Cosmic replied to Sister D. Ruben. I wonder if anyone has searched out that plane that came back from Central America and the Caribbean. They have been known to do certain things. I wonder if you're picking up. Not sure. Keon Brown say, Bongo Jerry Small. Ideas often flash across our mind more complete than we could make them after much labor. Yeah, just quickly and suddenly the idea flash across without even much hard work. Understand what you're saying? The Natal Basco said, blessed love Bongo Jerry. The requesting of Louis Jordan and the Timpani 5. Beans and cornbread. Okay, maybe. Beans and cornbread. H. Blake said, it was announced by the President of Ghana effective today, 28th of March 2022. Anyone entering the country has to provide proof of COVID-19 vaccine. Well, Keon Brown replied to Sister D. Ruben. Rastafari, loving the house of consciousness. Bob Cosmic replied to Keon Brown. Big up the status hydrate. Keon Brown to Bob Cosmic. Hail me Ikes, universal blessings. Scholarly 21, a blessed man, Father Bongo, South Florida upon the move in. Conrad Thompson says, Sir Small, the Transport Authority need to clamp down on these taxi drivers who overcharge their passenger. Conrad Thompson continue, especially the ones who journey from New Kingston to Harvard Street. Oh, yeah? Short journey like that, them overcharge man. Mr. Info say, greetings Bongo Jerry from Atlanta, Georgia. Ever since I've been listening to your radio show last year, I've learned a lot. Thank you. Okay, Conrad Thompson says, Minister of Transport, we are ball out for your help, please. Sister D. Ruben replied to Bob Cosmic. You don't know it search. Jamaica first said, Bongo, a Sizzler part of the JLP. He was performing at the Reggae Month, and in that performance, he big up Bob the sixth time. Well, yeah, Sizzler is one of the people who the JLP I'm really appreciate it because they play a big part up in the constituency of Miss Williams. What's your name? Miss Williams. Albert Binns say, these Bible huggers are ridiculous. Talking about read up. Delon Sharp said, blessing Jerry, great reminder about the river of Babylon and where we sat down and then the weapon room was Zion. Bob Cosmic to Sister D. Ruben said, from top to bottom, I think not. Bob Cosmic said, and what is called a talk about Bob Marley? Him gone in the minefield full of landmine, kiss me teeth. Keon Brown said, religious experience lacks something which is got out of artistic expression. Stirs, but it does not soothe. Bob Cosmic to Keon Brown said, profound words. Keon Brown replied to Bob Cosmic, I man never do evil so completely. Never, probably, yes. I and I, man, never do evil so completely and cheerfully as when they do it religious. No, Cosmic say, man never does evil so completely and cheerfully as when they do it religious. Conviction. Alright. Perry the Pirate say, I'm farmer the big truck. Let me not know that. Marva Valentine say, one love and blessed strong to you, Jerry, and all the Best FM listeners. Tune into your program. Productive, strong to all. Okay. Have a call. Good afternoon. Good morning and welcome. Quickly. Good morning. Good morning. Are you there? Well, sorry that that caller never get through. Please call back immediately after the midday, because we're right up on the midday now. Eh? Alright, we hope we can get there back. Alright, we are in the midday. Let's go for the break.
You're listening to Bess
100. Good day, I'm Anthony Morgan with JIS Midday News for Monday, March 28. Coming up, Finance Minister elected to chair IDB Boards of Governors, Met Service bolstering weather communication systems, and Education Ministry satisfied with administration of PEP exam. The news in detail after the break.
At MOJ Justices of the Peace, submit your outstanding 2021 annual report. All JPs are to file their reports in accordance with the Justices of the Peace Act 2018. Visit the Ministry of Justice's website, moj.gov.jm, to download the annual report form or collect a copy from a parish justice center or the office of your custos. Complete and submit the form to your custos. That public service announcement was brought to you by the Ministry of Justice.
MOJ, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Now the news. The Ministry of Education and Youth says it is satisfied with this year's administration of the ability test component of the primary exit profile PEP. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams says 35,923 students from public and private institutions sat the examination at 1,052 centres across the island. She says of the total number of students who sat the exam, 369 made requests for special accommodations, which were approved and facilitated, while 4 students were allowed to sit the exam while hospitalized.
We know that these are trying times, but nevertheless, our students have persevered. Our parents, teachers, and administrators, and all who are involved to ensure the smooth operations of the test are to be commended as well.
Mrs. Williams was speaking Friday at a Safety in Schools digital press briefing. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, has been elected chair of the Boards of Governors of the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and the Inter-American Investment Corporation, IDB Invest, for 2022. Dr. Clark assumed the role earlier today at the start of the annual meeting of the Boards of Governors. The meeting is being held virtually from March 28 to April 1. Speaking at the inaugural public session, Dr. Clark recognized the work of the IDB in the region over the last 2 years. He says Jamaica is looking forward to deepening ties with the institution to accelerate recovery and reform efforts.
As we deliberate today, I'm hopeful that we consider factors such as private sector participation, innovation, public-private partnerships, and technological development as important to our development model for the region.
The Boards of Governors are the highest level policy-making bodies for the IDB and IDB Invest. Dr. Clark is the third Jamaican national to assume chairmanship. The other two were David Corr in 1973 and Eric Bell in 1979. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica is seeking to boost its weather communication system through the Building Resilience Through Climate Adaptation Technologies BREDCAT project. Director of the Met Service, Evan Thompson, says BREDCAT will change the culture of weather communication in Jamaica by upgrading the forecasting processes used by the agency.
We always put out our forecasts that indicate what the weather is going to be, but our intention as we look at the action that needs to be taken by our publics is to think about what the weather will actually do. How will it impact us on the ground? How will it touch the lives of our people? What should we really expect?
BREDCAT was developed through a partnership with several entities, including United Kingdom UK-based social enterprise Resurgence, the Finnish Meteorological Institute FMI, and executing agency, the Caribbean Climate Innovation Centre. It has 3 components: enhancing the weather services of the Met Service, creating an open data platform including the development of a smartphone application, and providing entrepreneurial support. And Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck is urging all actively serving Justices of the Peace, JPs, to submit their annual reports to the ministry. He says a large segment of the country's JP cohort is unaccounted for, adding that the ministry requires the services of more JPs as it rolls out its Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR public education campaign.
We are now doing an audit of all of our justices of the peace. We have been unable to get just over 40% of the contact numbers for the justice of the peace. So I take this opportunity to reach out to all the justices of the peace across Jamaica to just send us your annual report, which is required by the 2018 Justice of the Peace Act. Giving your contact information, saying what ADR programs or volunteer service you want to participate in, so the custodies, the parish association, and the Ministry of Justice can utilize your service.
Minister Chalk was speaking recently at the launch of the ADR campaign. He's further reminding all JPs that annual reports must be submitted so they can be provided with their new email addresses. That was JIS News. I'm Anthony Morgan.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
BBC News, I'm John Shea. The mayor of Mariupol in southeastern Ukraine says 5,000 people have been killed since Russia began its siege of the city almost a month ago. Around 160,000 civilians are still thought to be trapped in the ruined city. Earlier, the Ukrainian government said efforts to evacuate civilians had stalled because of fears that the Russians might attack the humanitarian corridors. Halina Vasilchenko is a member of Ukraine's parliament.
All people in the world saw that Russian soldiers does not fight with the Ukrainian army, with Ukrainian soldiers. They are fighting and they are shelling our civilians. They are just destroying the cities and they are every day fighting our civilians. When we provide humanitarian corridors, they are fired by Russian soldiers. I think that the world have never seen such methods of war before.
The United Nations Secretary-General says he's instructed the UN aid chief, Martin Griffiths, to explore with Russians and Ukrainians the possibility of a humanitarian ceasefire in Ukraine. Antonio Guterres said the ceasefire would allow for progress in political negotiations aimed at reaching a peace agreement. He said serious talks needed to begin soon.
I've been in close contact with several countries that have been talking to the parties at the highest level in order to explore the different forms of mediation leading to a political solution.
Russia's leading independent newspaper, Novaya Gazeta, says it's suspending its online and print operations until the end of Russia's military campaign in Ukraine. The publication said it followed a second warning from the country's media regulator. Steve Rosenberg is in Moscow.
Since the Kremlin launched what it calls its special military operation in Ukraine, the vast majority of independent Russian news outlets have either been blocked or shut down, and draconian new laws passed aimed at silencing voices critical of the authorities. The newspaper and website Novaya Gazeta was the last established independent media to still be publishing. In a message to readers, Editor-in-Chief Dmitry Muratov, last year's Nobel Peace Prize laureate, acknowledged that the decision to cease publication was agonizing and painful.
Millions of people in eastern Shanghai have spent their first day sealed at home, waiting to be tested as the authorities try to stamp out a worsening COVID outbreak. In the western half of China's richest city, people have stripped shops and markets of supplies as they prepare for their turn under lockdown later this week. A sudden reversal of policy on Sunday divided Shanghai in two. Officials had been trying to avoid what's now China's biggest lockdown in 2 years. This is the latest world news from the BBC. At a summit involving 4 Arab countries in Israel, the Israeli Foreign Minister Yair Lapid has said such deepening ties will intimidate and deter Iran. Foreign ministers from Egypt, the UAE, Morocco and Bahrain, as well as the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, met in Israel's Negev desert in what they'd called a historic event. Mr. Blinken said normalization between Israel and Arab states should not be a substitute for progress between Israel and the Palestinians. Officials from Afghanistan's Public Morality Ministry have been patrolling entrances to government offices, checking that employees' clothes and beards comply with their view of Islamic law. As Sekunda Kamani explains from Kabul, this is just one new restriction on everyday life in Afghanistan.
On Saturday, news emerged that women at Kabul airport were being prevented from flying either within the country or out of the country unless they were accompanied by a male guardian. Sources at the airport have told us that since then, single unaccompanied women had been allowed to fly out, but it's not clear whether that will continue or not. The Taliban's Ministry of Vice and Virtue yesterday also announced that men and women would be allocated separate days of the week to visit parks in and around Kabul.
A court in Kenya has ordered the release of 16 motorcycle taxi drivers accused of sexually assaulting a female diplomat in the capital, Nairobi. The prosecution said it didn't have enough evidence to link the men to the crime. The alleged ringleader of the attack will stand trial. Sri Lanka has sought an additional $1 billion line of credit from India to import essential items such as food, medicine and fuel. India has already pledged a similar line of credit earlier this month during a visit to Delhi by the Sri Lankan Finance Minister Basil Rajapaksa. The island nation's foreign exchange reserves have fallen by 70% since January 2020, partly due to the pandemic. BBC News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Lakshmi Singh. The House committee investigating the deadly attack on the Capitol last year will vote today to refer two former Trump White House advisors for criminal contempt. NPR's Claudia Grisales reports ex-trade advisor Peter Navarro and former Deputy Chief of Staff Dan Scavino have remained defiant.
Both Navarro, the former trade advisor, and Scavino, the former deputy chief of staff, slammed the select committee for moving forward with the votes. Both said in separate statements on Sunday that executive privilege prevents them from cooperating with committee subpoenas. The panel issued a 34-page report documenting numerous exchanges with lawyers for Navarro and Scavino, failing to reach an agreement to obtain testimony or records. The panel said both were key witnesses, as Navarro had written about his attempts to overturn the election in a book, while Scavino played a key role, with former President Trump's social media accounts spreading disinformation. Claudia Grisales, NPR News, Washington.
Ukraine will not open any humanitarian corridors for civilians today as Russia continues to shell and bomb cities. NPR's Nathan Rott reports Ukrainian officials are warning of Russian provocations.
Over the last couple of weeks, Ukraine and Russia have regularly agreed to and established humanitarian corridors for some of the hardest hit cities in the country, including Mariupol and Sumy, which have been surrounded and shelled incessantly by Russian forces. Ukraine's deputy prime minister said no corridors would be open on Monday because intelligence reports warn of Russian provocations along routes. Russian troops have previously fired on agreed-upon humanitarian corridors. Roughly 10 million people, a quarter of Ukraine's population, have been displaced in the war. Hundreds of thousands could still be sheltering in hard-hit cities. Nathan Ropp, NPR News, Lviv.
Post-Oscar opinions are all over social media about Will Smith's open palm slap across Chris Rock's face at last night's Academy Awards ceremony. Rock made a G.I. Jane joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, who in recent years revealed she was diagnosed with alopecia, a disorder that causes hair loss. Well, her husband did not find it funny at all, got on stage and decked Rock, at first appearing like a comedy bit, but then the crowd started to realize what Rock already got, which was that it was no joke.
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
The audio courtesy of Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Later on, Smith won Best Actor for his role in King Richard. He apologized, not to the man that he slapped, but to the Academy and his peers as he spoke of one's instinct to protect one's family, much like the character for which he received the coveted award. It's NPR. In Zimbabwe, the leading opposition party has scored wins in the country's by-elections, taking a majority of the contested parliamentary seats and local council seats. Ish Mafundiko reports the election was characterized by countrywide voter apathy.
Several parties participated in the elections, But the Citizens Coalition for Change, or CCC, formed in January following a split in the long-standing opposition Movement for Democratic Change, emerged as the big winner. The Zimbabwe African National Union, Patriotic Front, in power since independence in 1980, which won the remainder, was dominant in rural constituencies. More than two-thirds of Zimbabwe's population of 15 million reside in rural areas. The by-elections were viewed as a dry run of next year's general election. Barring unforeseen circumstances, it will be a repeat of the race between incumbent President Emmerson Mnangagwa and CCC's Nelson Chamisa, who came a close second in 2018. For NPR News, I am Ishma Fundikwa in Harare.
Novaya Gazeta, the independent Russian newspaper whose editor Dmitry Muratov was co-recipient of the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize, says it will suspend its operations due to threats from authorities over its critical coverage of the war in Ukraine. In a statement, Muratov said the newspaper had received a second warning from Russia's communications watchdog over alleged violations of new laws that criminalize what the government deems fake news. I'm Lakshmi Singh, NPR News.
In stressful times, you want to spend your time checking out not just what's best, but what's best for you. We know you care about what you watch, what you read, and what you listen to. NPR's Pop Culture Happy Hour podcast is with you 5 days a week to make sure that time is well spent. Listen now to the Pop Culture Happy Hour podcast from NPR.
A great nation deserves a great radio station. 100.5 Bess FM, for the good of all Jamaicans.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is a radio pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Best 100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Hello?
Nadine?
Yeah?
Me just pick up one Maxfield Easterbun up by supermarket phone.
One Maxfield but nah go do.
Nadine, that is all I could afford.
Uncle Pat, Daddy, and Jeffrey only eat bun back. And bun only come with front back and back. So where the next back I go come from?
If you want more Maxfield Easterbun, go up at the supermarket or check maxfieldbakery.com.
Yeah, I forgot send credit for put on service then.
Come on from my phone. Sure. Maxfield Easterbun, do it to the max.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best.
Yes, welcome back to the program for today, the 28th of March, Monday the 28th of March, 2022, and numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508, and 279-8473, 279-8473. Although I don't even get to yell some of the people them I want to yell, some from up now, Wild and Rockall and Blacker over there in Mandeville. No Mandeville, Bagwalk. Blacker the taximan from Linstead to Bagwalk, and his son, forgot to him son drive taxi too. And Keith from Time and Patience, truck drive. No, that is the next man, what the truck driver bridge name again, man. That's it. My truck driver bridge name again. And Miss Buckley. Also Miss Buckley from Yorktown. But my truck driver name bridge again. I can't see it. Anyway, also Robert from Wild, what I'm called Crab Sell Food to, on Winston Lodge, next food vendor. Oh yeah, Gregory. Gregory is a trucker from Linstead. Thanks to all of the help along with Vivian, her sister. Yeah, man. Let's get back to the phone. Phone is there. We have some live chat to catch up with. Yeah, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jerry.
How are you doing?
All right, sir.
Yeah,
Mr. Jerry, what I want to talk to you about this man is the black empowerment of black people and the struggle.
Yeah, go on. Start talking about it now.
Yes, sir. May I say, like the Queen, Her Majesty, she I don't think she owes any reparation.
Who name Her Majesty?
The Queen of England.
Oh, no, she not owe you. She not owe you, right?
No, I don't think she owe me no apology, nor any reparation. Yeah. And even if she do owe me any reparation, I don't feel that I would be able to receive whatever she have.
Why you wouldn't be able to receive it?
Because Mr. Smalls, you see the black people, the movement of what the slave chatting, it wasn't written by Her Majesty, you know. It was by Ramsey of I think it was of Spain.
Who?
And Ramsey.
Who named Ramsey?
I think he was the founder for the JCF.
JCF is what?
Huh? Jamaica Constable Force.
What you say about him on reparation?
May I say there's no way that we can be able to achieve anything.
No, how Ramsey coming out? How Ramsey coming out?
Because
anyway, we lose that caller. How Ramsey coming out? This camera, it's there. Yeah, the numbers are. Have a next call? Numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508 and 279-8473, 279-8473. All right, more live chat coming from Bob Cosmic. Replying to Kayan Brown, said, true hydrant, 1210. Okay, Sister D. Ruben said, that's why I know who Ghana president is. Clue, no one eye people. Kayan Brown replying to Bob Cosmic. My hikes things are coming to a pretty pass when religion is allowed to invade private life, especially trying to defend and validate I in the story on that book. Next one, Sister D. Rubens, Bob Cosmic, no sir. As a result of the search will never be known. And that, Bob Cosmic required to Sister Ruben. Bob Cosmic replying to Sister Ruben. Me not trust them Payaka one scintilla. And Bob Cosmic took Kian Brown. And I have told him for a longer time that I was there before and the book up to now. They still can't pick up shit, mate. Sister D. Ruben, Kian Brown replying to Kian Brown say, yes, I had deep words that. And Sister D. Ruben to Marva Valentine. Heart of love, sister. Alright, let's get back to the phone. Work out. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, that's man.
Yeah.
May I say that the slave trade and all the mechanical slavery that was taking place back then.
What you call mechanical slavery?
The sugarcane industry, whereby them used to use black people as the machinery to do the work. And may I say, Mr. Smalls, that you have a brother. I don't remember where him first initial was, but him last name was Ramsey, and he was the founder for the JCF in Jamaica, and he was from Spain. So he was the one that organizes that alcoholic thing with the cane industry and the.
What kind of idiot thing you talking about?
No man, I'm not idiot man. The sugar cane industry and the banana industry. Those are the people that was the main call it the property owner for the
What kind of work you do?
Why?
Huh?
Why, Mr. Smart?
Why? I don't know why you do it. What kind of work you do?
No, you asked me what kind of work I do. So I asked you why you asked me that question.
Because I would like to know.
I do electrical work.
Oh, so it kind of explains certain things, yeah.
No, if you want me to explain it to you in working terms, you know. In other terms, I can explain it to you, but what may I say, Mr. Smart?
No, but you have shots out.
If you don't,
you know that though.
No, what, Mr. Smart?
You know, say your shots out though.
All right, let me say something to you.
No, I'm asking if you're aware that.
Yes, sir.
That your shots out, you know that.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Let me say this to you, Mr. Smart. You see, in order for we to get reparation, we have to attack the first person, or the person we have the stronger case against in reparation to get reparation, Mr. Smart.
All right.
If we're gonna use allegation to say that Her Majesty did this, and we have when we go inside of the court, we don't have sufficient evidence against. That's gonna put us. It just come like a man ask him get sentenced and ask wait a minute, Mr. Small.
Yeah. Are you named Ellie?
Huh?
Are you named Ellie?
Ellie?
Yeah.
No, them man they in different realms by themselves.
Who me a talk?
Ellie Lewis.
Yeah, no, them not worried by himself. Are you and him there?
No, me on different level, Mr. Me the way far than where LA depend.
Oh, so
me there in a Luna.
Yes, I agree.
You understand,
I agree.
Mr. Smith? So
you in a Luna?
Yes.
LA in our?
You'd have to ask him that because me notice him a wear crown now, so you have to ask him that.
Yeah, it's a little that's a little princess crown way. A little princess crown with them with them sell Valentine Day. Is a lady crown that him a lady.
It's a lady crown.
A lady diadem. What you call diadem?
Yeah, but at least him pay money for it, you know. At least him might have a receipt for it also. Yeah, so you have people who wear crowning and them don't have receipt for it, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? Them go wear bullets around them waist, around them neck.
Oh, yes.
You understand? And you still appreciate them people steering the music and everything there. But
I mean, like Ninja Man.
I talk about the chattel slavery and the mechanical slavery and all the slavery that them have upon us. Even today, whereby them are going to use the India and China, who are two of the most powerfulest country in the world now, military-wise. You understand? And we look at Jamaica after pay.
Yeah, when last you travel? When last you travel? When last you travel?
Huh?
When last you travel?
Me travel almost at least 3 times for the week, you know, Mr. Small. Me travel in my mind, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know them dimensional traveling?
Yeah.
Yes, Captain. Them dimensional traveling, them me depend. So, me not really say people,
no, we're not make none clear. We're not getting none clear. Hello.
To represent, yes, sir.
We're not getting none clear out of the way, I say still. We have to go call back, yeah?
All right. One thing, you see, if we get the JCF to represent us, so that's one. The JCF to represent us in the slave movement, see get reparations.
Oh, okay.
All right. You can get that from Mr. Small?
Yeah, I will try.
I'll give $500,000 if you do that.
Yeah, man. Don't move from where there.
All right.
See you right or so.
Yeah.
All right. The numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508, and 279-8473. Next call, 279.
Hello.
1 minute. 279-8473. All right, Mario, what you do?
Yeah, no, because I'm watching you on the TV, and for the delay, I was still hearing the young man that was speaking to you. That's why I wonder if I was on.
No, try to make him come out. Try and make him come out before you come on. So how it feel?
What? How I feel?
Over upon this side of Jordan.
I don't understand. Jerry, me not in the Twilight Zone thing. I don't know what you're talking about, you know. Because that call a while ago was, nah. You used to watch Twilight Zone? Nah.
Yeah,
You remember?
not all year.
And then, Jerry, you asked the man what kind of work. Because me and my son and a friend just laughing about it. Yeah. You asked the man what kind of work he did. It say electrician. And you say, yeah, short out. And Jerry,
no, I never said that immediately. I tell him that I can explain certain things, and after that him shout out.
All right. Jerry, did you watch the Oscars? Or are you heard about what happened?
No, me not like Oscar. A boxing, no. Hello, a boxing me like.
Oh, you like the boxing?
Oh, me don't watch the boxing.
Yeah, what I say is, it's all over social media. Because you don't know how social media is. A lot of people saying that, some of them, I'm going to defend him white honor because I guess him coming like a white knight. But for me, Jerry, I think it was such a stupid move. In the history, that 94 years, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're not short out.
All right. I'm saying in the 94 year history of Oscar is so white.
Yes.
It's only 20 black persons, including the two categories, male and female, that has got an award for best actor, and not five male has gotten an award for best in the best acting category. Sometimes it's like co-star, or whatever. So only
also star, yeah. Supporting
actor, right? And it's split up between women and men.
Yeah.
Ati McDaniel got the first one in 1939 for a role as a mommy in ironically a slave movie, Gone with the Wind.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was not till 20-something years later that Sidney Poitier got for best actor in the role that he played in Lilies of the Field.
Yes.
So within the movie, it is so white. Because you know what I'm all do to Jerry?
Yeah.
If there is a powerhouse movie, right, and not care how good that black actor is, I'm talking men. I'm talking about males now.
Yeah.
Them always try to pair them with a white actor because they feel like black actors are not box office draws.
Yes.
Yeah, and because what you call the people, the director, the movie house heads, the mogul them, that back in the days it was the Warners and Metro Goldwyn Mayer, stuff.
Yeah.
They might look on it when me put out this work for money for make this movie, and I get back my money,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying we'll know. We'll be the poster child for soft violence. But then you have others who might spin it to Jerry. I want to make it look like only black people alone box down them one another. You know?
No, that's why. Yes, I feel like it kind of scripted. You know, I don't sure, but
so?
It could be scripted.
I don't know. I think what the poetic license that comedians have when you're on stage. Just like how the parliamentarian them down a garden house, them say all kind of garbage about them one another inside of the house.
Yeah.
But if they take it outside, they could run into legal problems. You see, his wife Jada, she's suffering from a medical condition, alopecia, right? Which it rob her of her hair. But Jerry, that is like even tantamount to when women, and I'm going to keep it a category of women are battling with chemotherapy. You lose every strand of hair, if possible, for all part of your body all over. So dear, your self-esteem and stuff like that, Jerry, maybe will suffer, you know. So maybe and that's why another thing to Jerry, that's why the hair industry is a $1 billion industry supported mainly by women of color, because like the Bible says, a woman's hair is our crown in beauty or glory or something like that. So women really prize their hair unless they want to voluntarily trim it go bald, because that's a fashion statement more time. So Chris probably as a comedian was just making a joke, but will it even laugh, or when Jada kind of probably cringed a little bit, that, him probably took it to another level.
Yes, look at I have to ask you why they asked one of the callers. I mean, asked a few people earlier. If it was a white personality playing the role where, what the comedian name again? Chris Rock. Playing the role that Chris Rock was playing. And run a little joke like that. I'm not trying to say it's a little joke. I don't say it wasn't
you're not disparaging anybody,
yeah, but it was it kind of was not in really great taste still. So you think if it was a white big personality playing that role, I think Will Smith would have jump up and go.
No, I just blog about that for morning and say, but you see Facebook, Jerry, they will block you, So you have to know how you say certain things. They must say, you have to know, they must say you ask for racial violence. So I wrote that.
Racial violence, hold on. So when Will Smith boxed down Chris Rock on a racial violence and that.
Them are going to say a black on black crime, so it's all right.
That's a racial violence because he wouldn't do it if it was a white.
Exactly, I wrote that, Jerry, and this is what I write.
And if it was a white man and him do it, all right.
If it was another person of a different phenotype, but make sure go to biology, because I know on Facebook, I come up on Facebook. If it was another person.
Nobody don't black white people.
With a different phenotype.
You know, Marie.
Jerry, I said that. Really would have never back them.
You don't have to worry about no, they don't black white people.
No, I'm saying, oh Lord God, here you know, Jerry, right?
No,
Jerry, don't shout me out. Jerry, don't shout me out.
No, me out you, no, shout you.
But
me out you.
It was another.
You know, you're a man come, hold on. You never hear a man on the program and tell you, say, Bob Marley Anglo-Saxon.
Bob Marley is black. If you go down to the rule that they made, that if you have one drop of black blood, you're black. They need to go watch the movie named Imitation of Life, where the girl, she light skin could have passed like Mariah Carey. She'd have pretend to say she could have, they call it passing the color line. Back in them days, I don't think them things it kind of matter, but not that much. And she'd have pretend to say she white and her mother black. All her mother tell her, she wouldn't listen. And she got there with this white boy. And when the boy find out that she white, him friend him start to him beat her mercilessly. Yeah. So those things used to happen, Jerry, because it was to their advantage that they could pass the color line. So if them look like a Mariah or anybody else, them black.
So since when you start pronouncing your name that way then?
What name?
Mariah.
No, my name is Marie. I'm not about my name is not a name. I'm not going to talk my name, man. They just call me Marie. That is different from Mariah. That is,
But Mariah sound more classy.
More classy. Well, sometimes people will change the pronunciation of their names to make it sound more exotic.
Yes, you know what exotic mean?
Exotic.
You know what
what it is, but sometimes I can't come with the the definition, but it's like it more allure. I'm not going to say another word again. It more
exotic on it.
More, more sophisticated. If they try to pronounce it a certain kind of way, especially if it's not like a straight English name.
No, exotic. The word exotic is quite simple. Exotic means from outside.
Okay.
So like an exotic dancer in early days, exotic dance, I mean, like a dancer will come from Egypt, or we do belly dance, or we come from Middle East, from outside. Exo, anything we name Exo, mean outside, epi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Josephine Baker was an
exotic. Yeah, she exotic because she's a black woman in France, like Tina Turner.
Yeah.
She's like a curiosity. In France, she can speak French, have a lot of the French touch and culture, but she's from outside and she have the animal beauty and the sexual high libido and sexuality, and and become sexy.
And another thing to Jerry, that's how they used to want to categorize all black women, because through the white man them could all pull our ancestors, and do whatever they want to do with them, because they only saw us like saw the women like just sexual animals.
No, not just animal. Them used to worship. Not for the white man, them sex crazy white man, them usually worship black woman. Say that is the heights of sexual experience, and even if white woman worship black man as the heights of sexual experience.
Okay.
But
what I know is that the way disparage black people. All right, Jerry, that the black mothers on the plantation, if they had a child at the same time that white woman had her child, should be lactating. She had to feed Mrs. Baby before she get a chance to feed
her
name for that.
What name again?
They call them wet mothers.
No, wet mother, wet nurse.
Wet nurse, yeah. So she had to feed. And imagine, them say, the 3/5 came in way long after still, but they didn't regard black people as humans. So they use the women for sexual for their sexual pleasure, and they maybe used to use the men them too. I think maybe that's how the Buggery law did probably come in, I just feel so, because they used to rape men too, not only women. I just finished watching a movie called Freedom, right? I mean, I really watch the movie, Jerry, because if I do, I'll hate all white people. And it's about, a family escaping out of slavery and, into freedom. And this song, Amazing Grace, Jerry, that a lot of church people like, that song was written by a man that used to trade. He was a slave trader, and he left one night on the sea, so rough, and take him and them things him did like dead, because he never believed in a God or anything like that. And when the sea rough and he thought he was going to die, and that is history. Because when you hear stories, later on, it becomes anecdotal where people add on or subtract. He cried out for mercy. He would have never stopped trade right away, but when he stopped, that's how he wrote the song Amazing Grace. It didn't have the music at that time, but call it would be like a poem. He wrote it, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that.
Say in recent years. In recent years I heard, but I don't know if it's fact.
The movie that I watched.
No, listen, man.
It was kind of based off of that.
I say in recent years I heard that after a while he went back into the slave trading thing. I don't know if
yes, that's what I heard. After he wrote Amazing Grace, because I heard that the night when he thought he was gonna die and he cried out, conscience hit him and he had stopped. Then he went back. So I don't know if it's after him right Amazing Grace or before, but that song that is a staple in Christianity, Amazing Grace. It was written by a man who used to trade in. He was a slave trader.
Yeah, captain. I think he was a ship owner and captain.
Yes, right. All right, Jerry, we'll talk again.
Thank you very much. But I want everybody to know that neither you nor Queen Africa, no bleach, is a natural color.
No, Jerry, you know what? I'm so proud of my skin now that I have, that I know that if I had bleach, Jerry, my skin would have mashed up, because what people don't understand, your skin is the biggest organ in your body, and it comes in layers.
It should be. I should hope it's the biggest organ in your body.
Huh?
I should hope that your skin is the biggest organ on your body.
Because it covers the whole
we don't want all the organ arrive on your skin.
Structure.
Hello.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm listening.
I'm glad to say your skin is your biggest organ and smoothest.
All right. So what I was
Second to
saying,
best
Jerry,
looking
and
one.
once you damage your skin, especially the way all some of these ladies bleach, they take off the top pigment and go all deep down. So when it get damaged, Jerry, there's no way that it will come back.
Yeah.
Them all I try, it's done damage.
All right, now for go now.
Yes.
But you have a beautiful mouth also.
All right, Jerry.
What me say?
Yeah, me hear you, but we would not have slapped a white man. We can't say that.
Say what? Say what?
All right.
What you say, ma'am?
Huh?
Oh, you say Will wouldn't slap a white man.
Will would, no, he wouldn't slap a white man. He would have vexed kind of speech. Sometimes people say things to you, and you have to take it with a smile when deep down your heart.
Anyway, go on now, because you know what acknowledge what I say about your mouth.
But why you run up and slap Chris? All right.
All right, come back soon, yeah? The next one. Good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Jerry.
Oh, go on. Sorry for holding up here, sir.
It's all right, man. Me like it, Marino. One day you have to go get her in there as guest.
In where?
Get her right studio as one guest.
No, she have a guest room.
No, man. I guest room me talk about. Me want her right side of you.
Yes,
make people can see her.
Run remote, man. Me have to apologize and take out that one like me did box her.
Anyway, tell Marie say nothing wrong if she hate other race of people, because them hate we too. So she not afraid from hate.
No, we can't tit fit.
Hate somebody you hate them.
No, we can't tit fit that. We don't must tit fit that.
Yeah, man. We need to tit to that to make you strong. Yeah.
What not for long though?
Well, may I do that on me 64-year-old.
But you hold on the man. You know reach at the final yet. I semis is there.
Well, I still enough that because I got enough bridging gone long time.
Oh, me think you do want to reach on the podium.
Anyway, Will Smith, you know, a white man wouldn't do what Chris Rock do, you know. Right there, so he wouldn't do it.
A joke can make. You got to tell me say white people more tasteful and decent and have better manners.
He wouldn't do it against a black woman. Right there, so.
A joke can make, man. You don't know white. No, you don't know white people. You don't know white man, would man. You only know.
Me know them, man. Me know them, man. Me work with them. Me work amongst them.
Yeah.
Maybe on the street, out the road.
A better mind them have.
You know? Me know them, man.
No, me say if it's a better mind them have.
No, who? White people are the most corrupt and thief in
No, then how you say a white man wouldn't run the joke, so?
Just so against a black woman, he will do it with a white, but not a black. Race thing, right there, so?
No, what did he say? I don't think you heard him say. What did he say?
We never really hear
that's why you said that.
He must have
that's why you said that. That's why you said that.
Will Smith's wife.
That's why you said that. You never hear him say. You never hear him say, yet you say a white man wouldn't do that. You're coming like the DPP now.
No. We see hot topic this morning where Chris Rock said something about Will Smith's wife and he must box him or something like that.
But you don't know what him say. Yeah, but you don't know what him say and what it means. And yet you say a white man wouldn't do that.
It would be racist. But when them claim say if a black can call a black nigga and not come out of it. But if a white man do it, a problem.
So anyway, if Will Smith did go box on a white presenter in the Oscar, what would happen?
Maybe they lock him up same time.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna leave the upon him. I don't think I'm gonna leave the upon him foot.
Maybe
he would have leave the head first. He would have leave the head first through the door.
Maybe.
Well, you know who me know would have boxed a white man, so no? Or maybe a O.J. Simpson.
And this guy I will send up prison. 3 years.
Eh?
This actor, man, when you see the best actor Hollywood, where they send up prison, You
mean Bill Cosby?
No, man.
Oh.
Him a action actor, man. Him do martial arts in a show.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go take the price from you and get a better answer.
Wesley Snipe.
No, me get a better answer. Who would I do it?
Oh.
Who would I box on a white man? A Jack Cure?
Well, Man, we ask about him, you know, because a white man prison there, you know.
So that the white man for mine, what do you mean?
You know. They may just think same I go do it and beat him up bad in our prison.
No man, him safe man.
No, I don't think it's safe. In a white man prison in Europe, that's not a safe prison.
If Buju Banton can come out alive. You know?
United States little better than down the side, man. Down the south, bachelor man.
Down where? Down where?
Down where him there.
Where is he?
In a Europe.
Yeah, which part of Europe? No, Holland or one of them place him there?
Actually, I don't remember the country name.
Then
but
if
down
you
the
don't
south.
remember, you don't know. How you gonna say then how you gonna say United States better than there? I don't think United States more civilized than that country. I don't think so.
No, when it comes to bachelor men, that me talk about, they're more free down there.
Them in a Europe?
Yes.
No man, America is statue of liberty when it comes to that, man. You know?
Them do it in about Europe more free.
You know, say Russia pressure them, you know.
Me know, man. Me know that's why. That's why America not like Putin, you know.
All right, well, you know a group of American named Pussy. What them name again? Them demonstrate against LGBT. You remember Pussy Riot? You don't remember a militant group in Russia named Pussy Riot?
No.
You have internet?
Yeah.
Google Pussy Riot and call me back.
Last year, you know, on YouTube, me see them have a story say Putin rape on little boy.
Who sent out that?
YouTube.
No,
YouTube
not
where them say somebody
YouTube not gonna send out
pull on
that.
a little boy.
No, who sent out that on YouTube?
I don't remember the name, I think, but it was on YouTube.
And you believe that?
Me not believe it.
Then why you repeat it?
Just show you how them have built up propaganda against that man for years because America scared of him. I mean, we can't figure out why they're afraid of him.
What do you mean? Then if a man stay in Russia and put a man in the White House, that coming like bigger than if you put a you laugh? That coming bigger than if you put a man on the moon, you know?
True.
You put a man in the White House for 4 years, you put a man on the moon in that 4 hours, you have to take off back and come back. But them put a man in the White House. Is them put Trump in the moon, on the moon, you know? I mean, in the White House, you know?
So me here,
yes,
I mean, so they have some wicked secret theme, you know?
They are them. Wait, all America know that.
Yeah, man, they have some wicked secrets for Trump. So Russia did have him like a yo-yo. That's why they couldn't afford to win back.
A matter of fact, Putin have information from Biden family too. You never know.
The whole world have information on. Tell me something. When me call say ask about Mary kind of make me mind switch.
What that?
Me here say confused. The Chinese people them have something with Confucius. Either you or somewhere about there. Anything go so?
UWI, yeah, them have the Chinese build a department up a UWI named Confucius Institute.
So,
what did you hear?
Any update about Marcus Garvey?
No.
Why?
I yet some of my brothers and sisters did establish a Marcus Garvey Institute up a UWI in 1969 and UWI dismantled it.
So how does he have a Chinese Confucius thing up there and no Marcus Garvey up there, no Malcolm X?
Because China pay them to do that.
So we have to go pay them too.
And the first person, the person who I heard highlighting that about a week ago, I think they was going to go further. They was talking about what you call it, settler colonialism, and they mentioned about the Confucius Institute. But I never hear them mention that China also, Jamaica government give China part of Hope Gardens. You never know.
Me hear about it, but me know.
You must go up there, go see it, man. A part of Hope Gardens, one of the most beloved part of Hope Gardens, including the Jamaica. You know the little lake we have in the map of Jamaica? Like an island?
No, me never go up there, you know.
You never go up Hogan from your band?
Never go there.
You live out of town?
Santa Cruz, man.
Alright, well, first thing, the Hope Gardens was so-called given to the people of Jamaica by the same queen I was there, you know. Them claims that she gave to the people of Jamaica. And then the Jamaica government take then give India part of it. India own the zoo and big part of Hope Garden, you know. You didn't know?
Me never, first news to me.
Yes, man. India own the zoo and a whole couple of acre well surrounding the zoo. The fun land, remember the so-called fun land where children usually go and ride on bumper car? Nobody say never go there. And then China now get a part of Hope Gardens and them call it, I forgot what them call it, dedicated to the history of China. And then build up a whole of a Chinese temple in there. All about. And the whole history of China are tell inside it. And they have a big, one of the most popular part of Hope Gardens was a big lake. Not really big, but a lake what them have up there. Like about maybe 100 meters long. Like 100 meters?
Yeah.
Like the sprint part of the stadium track. Well, it's about that long. And inside that, them below a shape of Jamaica in a concrete. With the low part going down to the water, come like beach, and then the plateau and the flatland round and round, and then the mountain, them going up in the middle. For years that been up there, you know, and it was one of the favorite parts. And then the water around this shape of Jamaica, you have all the duck and water bird that swim and thing, and all the fish in the water. It was one of the most popular places in the Hope Gardens, especially for families and children go up there and them show the children how the map of Jamaica stay, and you see the part like Palisade has gone out in the water. And all that different part of Jamaica. Them not hand it over to China about over 10 years ago. Can you imagine?
So, where we get from China really?
We who?
Jamaican.
You get to buy them things. Here where you get?
And then get to rank with we.
No man, the politicians, them, you know, many politicians around the world sell out there. It's not Jamaica alone, you know, where politicians sell out them on the people, you know. But Jamaica have the gold medal for it. But they're going all around the world. Politicians, not every politician, you know, but a high percentage of politicians around the world sell out people. You know, you have all white politicians sell out white people, you know.
How we can get back all them things that we then sell out from it?
Get back? Look here, we have never got anything in Jamaica. We have never got anything. It's not get or get back. A take we go take. We never have it before. We not take back no Jamaica. You did have Jamaica before? Did we have Jamaica before?
Well, so far what we see now, we never own it.
Never. It's going to be a small part of the reparation. The most tangible part of the reparation will be to take Jamaica for the first time.
So we have to know, well, forget one thing up there with Marcus Garvey. It has to happen this year.
Nothing up there. Eventually, we'll have to overturn the whole of them thing there. You see all the other day right around the world for the last 2 years, them been tearing down statues around the world of dishonorable people.
Yeah.
Right around the world, they've been tearing down statues of dishonorable people, and everybody celebrate, even governments celebrate. Them tear them down all of England. Them tear down all even Haile Selassie statue in Ethiopia. Them tear down one in England too. Right around the world. Barbados, the Prime Minister of Barbados lead the tearing down of the statue them in Barbados. And the Jamaica government guard every white people statue in Jamaica. Guard them, you know, and make sure that not even one statue in Jamaica not pull down a white people. Can you imagine? Jamaica people where I can pretend like we are so militant and we are like the most leading black conscious people in the world. Not even one of them statue tear down, and the Jamaica government wholeness leading it too, and PNP are back it too. Not one statue, not even a little figurine. You know figurine where you put on whatnot? Not even a figurine in Jamaica no pull down. And it's all because of the same visitor where take place yesterday. You understand me?
We militant, you know. We militant, but here who clip some of them wing. Everything will go right back to United States. They my culprit behind every problem we have.
No. Our problem began before United States was even a country.
But it got worse since them start
Yes,
dictating the world.
because United States become champion of the white world.
Yeah.
So the more bigger the champion is, the more the boasting in us. We know how to, we're going to show you how to handle black people. But thank you very much, yes, sir.
All right.
Have any more call there? We have to get back to some live chat, but I want to play a piece of music now. This one, we have, where's the music? We have the music, eh? We have the one by the Heptones, Queen Majesty. Alright, we're going to play the Jamaican version of Minstrel and Queen, where musicians and singers bow down to royalty and nobility and sing to entertain them and make them feel good. David used to do it, you know. Eh? Techniques, not Heptones, techniques. Slim Smith and them and them. I think it's after Slim Smith leave to, you know, it probably is even our brethren. What's his name again? Forgot to his name. They lead the techniques afterwards. I still remember his name. Techniques, Queen Majesty, Minstrel and Queen. Imagine the singer bow down to the woman and tell her say she a queen, and I'm tell her say he is not of our society, he is lower. Second class citizenship right away. But so it is. Let us get back to the live chat. First one say good afternoon. Cornell Garden say good afternoon. Perry the Priorate say Jerry, I'm not doing any work. I'm not sure who I'm referring to. Next one. Leon Robinson say, greetings Bongo Jerry, bless up yourself. However, the caller sounds like it's stuck in 1837 before the British left Jamaica. Yeah. Perry the Priorate said, Jerry, they teach us that women belong to men and the kids belong to women. Mama Valentine said, greetings to you both, Bob Cosmic and Sister D. Ruben, the art of love. And Sister D. Ruben replied, why is some of them call a love gas up them own herself? Leon Robinson said, Hollywood is a stage and fake. Yeah, a lot of the things that you see there are staged. I'm not sure if the one staged. When I say Will Smith, I don't know if him rub on and them eye, but him look like he was really shedding some tears afterward. I think regret and embarrassment. I know. Or probably it's even overwhelmed by you ask how him get. I'm not sure. But probably that part was real. Maybe it's fake too. Anyway, Leon Robinson saying, in a real life, if I stop watch these celebrities, well, I don't have to watch them too much, you know. But sometimes I hear a little excitement and I just take a little peep on it to say, what them really do. No excuse still. The natal Basco said the Hollywood stick is used by major watchers, magic watchers, and warlocks to make the wand, the magic wand, to cast spells such as gospel stories, yeah. Mr. Johnson said, Jerry, can we give Maria homework to watch a documentary, Beckford Slavery in Jamaica, which gives us a report and explained in a simple way. Sister D. Ruben replying to Leon Robinson and the natal Basco. Them still a cast spell and people are fall for it. The Matrix for real. Enough now on the red pill. Perry the Pirate said, Jerry, Will Smith and the woman have an open relationship. What wife them chatting about? The woman is psycho. In other words, Will Smith and his wife have an agreement that them can have other sex partners while married and that don't trouble them. Keon Brown said, amazing disgrace. He said he had an epiphany. What? He said he had an epiphany and throw the cargo to our people. He said he had an epiphany, throw the cargo, our people, and save the rum-blooded drunker. It's their culture, and don't forget them say it was their God-given rights. It's enslavement. Yeah. Perry the Pirate said, Jerry, this is the Santa guy head is sick. Him is a Putin puppy. Why them keep saying down there? The countries in the North Atlantic down there. Well, the North Atlantic not higher than nowhere else now. You, if him sick, you just are sick. North Atlantic is not higher than anywhere else. England is not higher than Jamaica. And United States not higher than America. People are talking about them going up to the States last year, and they came down like that. America not higher than Jamaica. All of them around on the surface of the earth. That's what I'm saying. Leon Robinson, Sister D. Ruben. Leon Robinson replying to Sister D. Ruben. Yes, I am. The one red pill for take is the fire. That coming up. That's coming. Bless up, sister. Bob Cosmic to Senator Kyan Brown. Read The Iceman's Inheritance by Michael Bradley. It goes deep into the Neanderthal psyche. Neanderthals is some of the early humans who did live in Europe in a cave and all them kind of way, the Neanderthal. Gary Brown said, Jerry the Queen sent grandson to reason with Rasta. Well, kiss me like. Come on, let us get back this. The Queen, where is it now? The Queen. Oh yeah. I'm not finding it. Where is it? Yes, Jerry the Queen sent grandson to reason with Rasta to cool down uprising. That is also believable. Perry the Pirate says Santa called to brag every day about how him used to be truck driver in Canada. It's a lie. It's upland potatoes him used to reap. Then you're going like truck driver higher than farm worker. You idiot. Antonio Law. Say LEM. I don't want to admit that mean. Sister D. Ruben said them soon start ball out for them Oscar for return. Him no worthy of such a high accolade them soon say. Will Smith that. Pablo of Music said William the Billy Goat was just given Jamaica as a gift when he was 12 years old. I wouldn't doubt that. Griff Kem said greetings Bongo Queens and New York in the house. The Neanderthals. Now the Netherlands is said to have been the best correctional facilities in the world, where prisoners can be rehabilitated and reintegrated in the society. I get that impression that the Netherlands not as barbaric as even some things in the United States. I might be wrong anyway. Michael GB said, why you guys don't try to invade and take control of the UK? Leon Robinson said, Pat Kelly Lee said, yes, that's the name of our Sergeant for Leon. Pat Kelly lead singer. Michael GB said, big bad rhythm. Keon Brown said, Bob Cosmic said, research up my hikes. Let us learn diligently. When we'll know, let us have courage and not be silent. As Ross Butter would say. Not true? Alright, Cornel Garden said, Linstead in the house. Simeon Pidgeon said, Jackie are locked up in Holland. Holland jailhouse is cool. They are like going in and out of jail. And people like going in and out of jail. Good life in the jury. You recommend it? Alright, I'll test you. Pablo of Music said John Jamens was the lead singer. John Jamens, in that same tune from Woodford Park. Yes, Woodford Park, man, yeah. James Edwards said Bongo Jerry and him grandson to check up on the land. She need more land. Jerry sent him grandson to check up on the land. She need more land. Who that again? James Edwards said the Queen. I'll check one out for him. Thank you very much. We have a caller there. Let's get back to the telephone. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Jerry. Me just call back. May I read one thing there where the man said me a Putin puppet?
Yeah, you're Santa Cruz, huh?
Yeah, man. Say me a Putin puppet. But let me tell you something. Yeah. When me a teenager in the 70s, at that time I started hate United States of America. Until today, me hate them. Me no wear nothing with America flag. for me.
Yes.
And anybody know history, knows the United States are the evil empire of the world.
It's only one. It's only one. Hold on. It's only one evil empire the world have.
More than one, but them are number one.
Oh, what the other one them?
All of Europe. But them worse. Them are the worst set. And from the 70s, me not like them. Me hate them with a passion. Me never go to them country.
I was going to wait.
Embassy.
I was going to wait until you finish talk to make a comment, but I'm not going to wait. Seeing that it up on your chest so much. You see, hatred.
Yeah.
Not a very good thing for anybody or anything. Not very good.
It clean your heart, man. It keep your heart clean.
Well, you're not going to hear me still.
Jerry.
Yeah.
If people hate you, you do hate them too. And that me believe in. You can't love your enemy, and you're not supposed to love your enemy.
Yeah.
And if they try to kill you, you try to kill them first.
I don't have no enemy now. I don't have no enemy, but I know people will carry out enemy action for me, but I don't really have no enemy.
Well, look, that guy, he must be offended because me talk about Putin. Putin a better leader than any American president me know of.
Yeah, but you see the hatred, that thing will poison us. You know? Hello? You're not listening. Hello?
Yeah, man.
Which lady that you listen to?
My baby mother.
Your baby mother?
Yeah, she tell me say one call in a writing say me always a boss say me a truck driver. I have an anti-road driver's license when we go for air brake. You have to drive. To drive a truck at Ontario, Canada, you have to pass the air brake test, which no Jamaica no do. And a boat me a boat, me just talk about the farmer king when we go through and the slavery up there, when we go through. That's why I always bring that up. And could have time.
You have time.
Turn down about 5 white women who are married me and me turn them down and come home.
And come home to the same baby mother there?
I'm more than one baby mother, me man.
No, but you can't talk about them in front of this one.
Well, me no hide nothing from it. You know, me a open pocket.
Open what?
Pocket. All time people have a talk where you say, where them say all time open pocket.
Yeah. Pocket. That's a calabash.
Calabash. Open calabash.
Oh.
Me no hide nothing from my girl them.
Your girl them?
I want me to keep now because me can't afford no more.
Yes. You know why head bust and it come like open pocket though?
No man, no man never bust my head yet.
No, I know you don't want it to happen.
It not gonna happen.
No, it not gonna happen because you behave your mouth still.
Well, at my age, if it never happen when me young, when me a run road, it not gonna happen now.
No. Yeah man, for a peaceful life, nobody make it happen.
Yeah, true. So all them man who sit on the side that criticize me, say me no drive truck.
No follow
me have the whole license can show them. Me have the whole Ontario license can show them.
Yeah. But no one follow Perry, man. Perry sound like I'm a bachelor.
You know? Me, yo, Jerry.
Yes.
A Nightingale farm. The evil farm where the man say more kill a black man and there's a slavery there so.
Yeah.
He sent 6 away, go for the beginners. That is the road code. And I'm one party. Me was a madman for the farm, you know, because they say me mad. And me one pass the road code, you know.
Yeah.
The rest of man 5 man fail it. And then go back 3 more times and fail the road code because you need common sense party.
Yes.
Then you have 2 questions where look identical, but you have to choose the right one.
Yeah, multiple choice answer?
Yes. I'm a pass the road code the first time I go. You know, I'm a go for my license, driver license, Simcoe. And it was a black Jamaican woman and she turned me down the first time I go. So me never check my blind spot enough and me roll I want stop light. Stop sign. One stop sign. So I know like me have votes, you know, I tell people when me go to a farmer because I could have lived there and I come home.
Don't better make Perry get your work up, man.
I want to see him fit up to him.
No, maybe I box him down like Will Smith. You know?
Box. A couple people me box now, Jerry, I'll find the farm work, you know.
Eh?
All a key, man. Yeah.
Now that you reach
from myself now, man. May I behave?
Yeah, now that you reach from Jamaica, you can't boast about them things.
No, man, the books funny up there, man. All up there.
Oh, that's how you reach back here?
No, man. My record clean, man. My record clean.
Oh.
My record clean. Anywhere I go, my record clean.
Anyway, I tell you.
I broke all the road when I go.
I tell you.
I have never been fired, but me get redundant.
Oh, you sign undated resignation?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, anyway, let go the hatred.
No, man, you have to, it cleanses my heart. If me have to cuss them, me cuss them, and if me have to hate them and talk to them, me hate them and talk to them. You can't keep up people and talk to them.
So, yeah, so
you can't like you until I talk to you.
That means that you enjoy
that. You don't like
then.
me not talk to you.
That means that you enjoy that then.
Huh?
That means that you enjoy that.
Like me say, it keep my heart clean.
Oh, yeah.
Never got pressure yet.
All right, here, sir.
All right.
All the best. In numbers again. Next call. All right, let's take another one. Good afternoon. Welcome.
You know the music?
Which one?
The one of my friends sing and say, hate him no hand and no like. Now listen.
Yeah.
That brother. Full of hate.
Yeah.
Judgment. Now I'm going to read something was upon a star.
Yeah.
Listen. God just gave us a happy moment.
Yeah.
Couple excellent wedding vows 3 days after son's murder.
Wow.
Then kill him up a Reddy's road. Is that him a go to school I can't do them?
Oh.
Judgment! How can your son be going to school? You see a brown and a black man and a brown child. How can your son be going to school 3 days ago and you married today and say you have a happy moment? Something wrong with that?
No. People deal with things different. Look here now.
Go on.
Both of them had that child together, right? Eh?
Maybe.
No, did they arrange to get married from before?
I don't know.
Because I think you have some laws a couple of days have passed before you marry, but I don't know if it's on a church law. So maybe them did arrange it from before.
Yeah.
Or maybe with the sudden tragedy and loss, one of the only thing what them can do for kind of comfort themselves is make a kind of commitment where them was one then if them should have make long time. And maybe suppose that son always said to them, say, boy, mommy and daddy, boy, I don't love you to get married. You understand me? All kind of things
can... I hear you.
Eh?
Me hearing you.
All kind of things can spur people, you know. It's good or not to kick up your head, your foot in the air and hold up a loud music happiness. Maybe it's just a quiet, deep happiness or satisfaction. Say, all right, at least I could do this because our son was living for the day. You know, say, because marriage is a contract, you know that?
Marriage is a what?
Contract. It's a legal marriage is a legal procedure, you know. It's a contract like any contract, you know.
And
a contract is legal. A contract is legally binding on all parties, 2 or more. And every contract have conditions of the contract, and if you violate the contract, the other person can sue you and get damages. That's what a divorce is, a lawsuit, you know.
I know everything about divorce. I can't get divorce.
Oh, you can't get it, you dash it away.
No, man, can't get married.
Oh, you never, oh yes, so you never met a contract yet, okay.
No, listen. A man and a woman decide to live together.
Yeah.
And no government contract, which is marriage.
Yeah.
And a man and a woman who decide to go into marriage. But the one who married, like Christian and religious people.
Yeah.
Backslide.
Yeah.
And the man married over and over, and the woman the same. But the one will never get married, live with the person when they pick up, till them die.
And them no cheat on the other one.
Cheat? What is cheating?
Eh?
What is cheating?
Now what people call cheat. So them
Yeah, what them call you up, you see me now?
Yeah.
Me no have no secret. Bob did say, I'm going to tell him same wrong. Your best friend will become your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Maybe. And your worst enemy becomes your best friend.
Yeah.
The same lie.
Yeah.
Your friend, as long as he's really your friend,
Yeah.
can't become your enemy. It's like your mother. Your mother cannot be your mother.
Yeah, some no. Yes, yeah, them can't deny it. Them can't deny it.
No, but it's still your mother. You can tell lies some more.
Yeah.
But the woman that you come from is your mother.
Mm.
I mean, no people. We go to hospital, go have baby, and the picnic dead. And then take another picnic and get to the woman. You understand that, Derek?
Yeah.
You said something a while ago. You don't know it.
I don't say I don't know it, but I now hold on it.
Because...
You hear me say? You hear me say? I say I don't say I don't.
Course, because it make you bitter.
Yeah, poison. Poison.
Poison you.
Mm.
And you will never know love if you live in a yet.
Yeah. The two of them can't no abide.
Yeah, what the brother say? The brother say, when him there Canada, no white woman him have.
Yeah.
I want every have no black woman too.
I know.
And I want everyone to live in a picnic up there. No guys that talk about no picnic. Entertainers. Hard work to not have enough girlfriend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I talk about?
Yeah,
no, I hear you talk something. You see that brother come here, so-called Rasta man talk. Shane Lindsay. One of the best festival songs them him did know. Tommy did win the year.
Yeah.
And them put the best festival song at third.
Yeah, which one that?
Desmond Decker.
You and I right now, I'm not Unity. Which one?
Third, man.
Which one?
You just call the name.
UNITY.
Unity.
Yeah.
Do you know what I talk about?
Yeah, man.
You good?
Very well.
Just easy.
Take it easy.
Because, listen. You remember the music, Jailhouse Rock?
Yeah, man.
You remember all of the jail song them?
Plenty of them, plenty.
What your friend done in program?
Yeah.
With Bob, Andy.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the song. If you live in it, might know you die.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, man.
Just easy.
All right. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Very much. All right. Have any more there? Yeah, we have music to play, but we get back to the live chat because we only have one coming in. We have only about half an hour left, I believe. No, well, we have 40 nearly. We have nearly 40 minutes left. But let's get back to the rock call. Ready? All right. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Sir Jerry.
Well, go on, man.
Rastafari, ever live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, the brethren, man. But we understand sometimes when some people deal with their way, you know, it's like you just feel comfortable hating, you know, but I was saying, we can't make them make we get weaker, you know, we have to get stronger, you know.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Yeah, we have to learn to just love them.
Yeah.
But loving them no mean you have to hug you up and you have to tolerate your foolishness. Because I love my child and I not tolerate no foolishness from her.
Alright.
None. You understand me?
Yeah.
So, hate is something we poison, yeah.
Yeah, man, not hey, look here.
You have to be careful.
If you even look at the news or cable or anything, social media on your phone, and when you look at when war or rage between two people, half of the time the two people know one another very well. Most time war or fight is not between strangers, it's between people who know one another quite well. And if you even look on the Ukraine and the Russia thing now, them two people are neighbor, and those two set of people was not only neighbor, them was one neighborhood, them was one community for hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years. And now because them leadership fall out, not the mass of the people now, the leader in this country or a clique of leader in this country fall out to the clique of leader in the other country. And so when them start to fight, them ruthless, because remember, you know, and a Putin children and a Putin son, them and daughter and them where they in the army go fight, you know. And most time it's not the president of America or the prime minister of a different country. And not typically them children in the army are fight, you know. And people were just faceless to them and thousands of citizens who swear and say, I will go and die if you my president. So them not for looking at them face good. And them not for remember them if and when you look and see all the building, them bomb out and people in the building, what they say the hatred, these people know one there, no? And when them decide to fight, them ruthless, them not care, them don't want to hear nothing about no, how when I was friend at one time, because they say I don't want to hear nothing about that bitch. When people hate, the people hate one another most is people who was friend before our relative, you know?
Yeah.
No hatred, not strong like this hatred between farmer allies or farmer friend or farmer family. None.
Yeah. Me I listen about the actor them now and the box thing or box stuff.
Yes.
You know, and I can't tell black people, you know. Because sometimes I feel like we chat too much too.
Yeah.
And next thing, let us them are warmonger and them go like we love war more than them.
Yeah.
So let us try reason out any liquor thing we have, you know. Yeah. So him could have go up when him go up now, him could have put him in place intelligent like his majesty would have done.
Yeah.
You know, his majesty is a very calm man, him not quick for cuss.
Right.
And say things, all when people say bad things about him when nothing go stop.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, we have to just know as black people because them look upon us as warmonger and love kill off and nobody no love war and kill
like them.
So we have to just learn to just live better, you know, be calmer. You know, people might say you're soft because you know, people say I'm soft, but
you're slow, you know, I'm not soft, I'm slow to rot.
Yeah, slow to rot, you know, I'm kind of glad to when sometimes some people are here somewhere, you come and talk to them and say tomorrow them say man I run come to you and you know?
Yeah, and I'm glad how you
know?
Move.
Yeah, you know, so black people just learn to be calmer, man. Stop quick for war against one another and fight against one another.
As I talk about that, it bring me to the next
fight to one another more than them when them ill treat us.
Yeah.
And I do all type of something. We not quick for box them down and shoot them down, but when we have a little difference between ourselves, we quick for shoot one another and war and chop up one another, you know, if we put on that, you know?
Yeah, man.
Put on that. Bless up.
Yes, huh?
I'm a brethren.
Yeah.
Not to make the brethren there, not make me take over your my brother. Me I say, but I tell you straight.
Yeah.
Not make it, you know. Not make it take over your my brother, because it's not easy.
No, it gives up. And it gives strong feeling, you know.
Yeah,
when
make you feel like you feel good. That's what I say, no.
Yeah.
But trust me, if you humbly look on it, trust me, the deceitful spirit in you make you feel like you feel good. I tell you straight. You know, if you just see what them is and see what happened to us, and just know we not take certain things, and we are trying to grow our children if we not come take certain things, but we not make it, because we punish a man. You do something and you deserve a punishment. Me punish him, still not have no hate in my heart for you.
Right. All right,
dear son. Get your punishment.
Yeah, man, thank you very much.
Bless up.
All right, sir. Next one. Good morning. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Indeed, Brother Jerry.
Go on.
Boy, I tell you, love is lovely and hate is ugly.
Ugly.
I believe it was Martin Luther King who said, I decide to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear.
Yeah, man, heavy.
It's a serious thing. Talking about hate, Jerry. Imagine there was a group of people who was trying to negotiate a peaceful settlement of the war between Ukraine and Russia.
Yes, you can imagine. That.
One of them happened to be an oligarch.
Yes.
And them discovered that the people them is suffering from some kind of poisoning.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Them peacemaker there.
You can imagine that? Imagine that. Jerry, the truth is stranger than fiction at times.
Yeah, it might be strange, but it's not surprising.
That's a serious thing. By the way, I see a lady come out the other day. They call her, what they call her again? She was a former sugar bait. Russia used to use her as because she is beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
And she have the skills of deception.
Oh.
So they used to use her like other women to deceive their enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She know how to get a hold of men who them want to get a hold of by the hook instead of the crook.
Oh.
Yeah, man. So she come out a blow sound against beauty, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She said she was caught between the devil and the deep blue sea in the past when they used her as a puppet and a string. Now I tell her they honey bait, they not call honey bait for no reason, honey. No, Jerry.
No.
Yeah, man. When she sweet you, them sour you.
Yeah, them call that the tender trap, you know.
Oh, yeah, I do it.
Yeah, the enticement that a lovely female human being have.
Yes.
Is so attractive and comforting and to some irresistible.
Indeed.
Them say it's a trap, but it's a tender trap way.
Yes.
You wouldn't associate with not entrapment.
I guess that slowly seduce you and suck you in. I tell you. Literally.
Yeah.
Indeed. Anyway, we're not going to blow that trumpet.
No, Marita reminds us that the skin is the biggest organ in our body.
I see your thing. But many and many, Jerry, over the centuries have fallen prey to those sweet baits.
Yeah, man.
In many contexts.
Ah.
You know, Jerry, it is not a simple matter, you know, but men should learn to use what is on top of their body to control everything that is below. Yeah, man, that is why your head is on top of your body, you know, not because your eyes in there so you can see further ahead.
Yeah.
But it's also a symbol that you should use it to make sure that everything is intact.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah, man.
Else you will get F in more ways than one.
Yeah, man.
If I may say so myself.
Yeah, true. Down to the shoes.
Indeed. Indeed.
Very good.
Jerry, you might recall some weeks back, if it reached weeks yet, I spoke about the Tri Bridge over there on the border between St. Elizabeth and Trelawney.
Yeah, man.
I gathered that shortly after I spoke about it, the minister and a group of persons, I believe including our MP from Manchester there, toured the bridge. And I gathered that him, I said, boy, I have to go sort out in a 2-budget cycle, you know?
That's our 2 year.
Yes, him say I was speaking frankly. So I made a report back to some individuals that begged me to bawl out about the bridge for them. And them I said, boy, if it's not possible to at least sort out something so them can even get a one-way, you know, traffic across.
Yeah.
So I don't know how feasible that could be, but that's a suggestion being placed on the table, you know? You understand? Because it will be such a great convenience to the thousands of farmers, students, and other persons, you know, who would need to use that bridge.
Yeah, I can imagine. 2 weeks ago, I visited again.
How are you? Really? Tell me about it.
Yeah, man, we deliberately go there with some people. a couple nights after it Washway, I went there not remembering say it Washway, and I mean I travel at a nice speed, you know, and come on the corner and just come up on it like that. But fortunately, I kind of pay attention, especially when I driving at night. And the next thing, some yellow tape, it cross the road. But people who don't know the road, man, I tell you.
Seriously. Before you move, Jerry, I know you don't have much time. I want to express my condolences. I get that 2 doctors in Western Jamaica passed away over the last couple of days.
Elder doctors?
One in a motor vehicle accident. A young fellow at that. You know, young doctor. They say he was on his way home from work. There are some speculation as to what could have happened to him while driving from work after, you know, numerous hours. And they happened to drift over into the other side of the road, you know.
And if him drop asleep. Most time when car drift over when them drop asleep, you know.
Yes. And the female doctor who did not show up for work. And after some checks, they managed to get a hold of her maid, you know. And she opened the door and they went and found her unconscious. She was pronounced dead by her colleagues, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sound like 2 youngish people.
Exactly, yes. You're right, brother Jerry. And boy, Jerry, and a little blood a run because of the gun. The stories are horrible.
Yeah.
Jerry, you don't have to watch any cowboy show or bad movies these days, and if you are, you know, inclined to Japan for them kind of thing, you know. The realities of the news.
Yeah, Jamaica far more bloody and volatile than most of them places where you watch pan and drama.
Like I tell you, Jerry, there are some Jamaicans here who love to run them out for Haiti. I talk about voodoo and how them wicked and how God turned against them. Some judgment we have go on in Jamaica, yeah, in terms of murder and heartless beings. We are no more righteous than Haiti. Verily, verily, I say unto you. So then go and run them out for our Caribbean brothers and sisters over there.
Oh, easy.
It's great, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Next call. We have some music to play. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Jerry. Where go on?
Fine, thank you.
Scene. No, I want to interject where you and the bridge in the diaries about, you know, forgive people. Remember when His Majesty conquered back Ethiopia, and then him said to the Ethiopians, say, on the door do the same thing where them do to us.
Yeah, don't
let them go on.
Yes.
It's a wicked, once a wicked, but it's a use the word. His Majesty do, you know, somebody kill off your people.
Yeah.
See, and yeah, at the end of the day, I go tell them to go on.
Yes.
And I go chastise them.
Them invade the country.
Right.
Them start torture people. Them start use poison gas, chemical weapon, all kind of thing. And them all start cut off Ethiopian head and juke from Poland. All 100 of them head in a row, you know, and some wicked thing. You know. And when them get help and finally invade and capture back the place and pen up enough of them inside it. Some of them, plenty of them was in there, couldn't escape. Them tell them Ethiopian people say, do not treat them the same way how them treat us. Just allow them and make them go back the same way where them did come in.
Exactly.
And don't reward them evil for evil.
Right.
Holy power is a holy power. Understanding and wisdom him have to use.
Exactly.
Make them speech there and cool off the place that them could have resumed them develop. Because when you start take revenge and all them things there, you know, first thing you have to do, you have to pen up back the place. You can't just freely, you know. If you take revenge, you have to block off every exit, you know. And you have to search house to house. You have to search amongst your people because some of your people you harbor some of them. So there's more suspicion that upon some of your people. More tension. And everyone you find, you carry them out in the public or kill them. Because you're not, when you do revenge, you hardly do it privately, you know. And them feeling they grow and them wickedness grow and grow. Then you start here, say some of your people are traitor too. So you have to start search out your people now. It's a hell of a thing when you search amongst your farmer associate for traitor, you know. You go house to house. All people also used to go as visitor. You go down for search and you go to find out enemy. You try to divide the family. You try to entice one side of the family to tell you what the next side does. So some wicked things start to operate in your community now, all in a family.
True, it's true, that is
Suppose
true.
now we start hunt down in our own family to find the enemy them. Because enemy there, you know, it's not a pretty thing, you know, it's not just done yourself, you know.
Continue.
Yeah, man, it grow more and more. You start here, and people will start build up muster part of people, you know. You see like all revenge are going. Somebody want to get rid of you a long time and go build up a muster, you know, say.
Exactly.
You want to see the man dead have some white man in their house, how much years and on. That other one, you know. Like how the Virgin come and convince us that Bob Marley was a 100% white man. One of them parents are European and one African. And he must spend the whole 10-minute time call and try to convince us that Bob Marley are 100% white. What the point of it? I want to know that wasn't true.
Right,
but a bill, a bill. You know?
Yeah. You remember that tune, that tune where you always play? You know what name?
Which one?
It was a teenage dance party.
Yeah, man, leave it
Beardman
up.
Shuffle.
Yeah, leave it up. Beardman Shuffle, yeah, man.
See. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, long time. Yes, sir.
Beardman Shuffle. Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
The tune I'm asked to play for me at the time. They never hear it.
Which one that?
What name I going with the ABU?
Tell me about the name.
It has slipped me, you know. It's a 72 nation come. Lion of Judah name.
I can write down now. I'm going to see if we can find it right now. Yabiyu.
Yabiyu, yeah.
Lion of Judah.
Yeah. Yabiyu.
You know, I see them I interview a long time. I always want to hear. He used to have some lovely thing in the 70s. When I know him, he was a young youth, very quiet youth. Named Sammy Dread. I say, what if I interview on social media?
What that Sammy Dread?
Yeah.
Oh.
My big man now. Look at him, good all there for him.
Yeah, Sammy Dread.
You find the last one. I remember one special music in it was very, very unique. Him have a music say every man do him thing a little way different.
Oh, no man. I will name the sing that song there. Where name again?
On a Sammy Dread.
No, on a Sammy Dread, man. This Bridge Junior, man. Herald Donkey. Every man do the thing a little bit different. Herald Donkey do that.
Yeah, it was a whole crew of them still, yeah.
See,
the whole part of them artists, they know, is most in a dance hall and music play, and I hear it much on the radio.
No.
On that time, all Scotland and them places are big venue.
Yes, sir. A long time I don't read the guys, you know, see me.
Yeah.
But you know, you don't know, you know, see. Yeah, man, that tune the Beardman Shuffle, man. Teenage dance party.
Yeah.
You know that tune, I never hear you play it, that tune in my mother's eye.
I play that all the time, man.
You play that all the time?
Yes, man.
Oh, yeah.
We have Sil Austin. What is that one name again?
I don't remember, but see, Sil Austin.
Or Lynn
and
Hope.
Sugar Belly, they do it for Caxton. Not Caxton, not Joker.
I wouldn't do it, the big one. I think it's Sil Austin or, one of them there.
Yes, I am. There, you know,
yeah, that was Duke Reed's signature music, no?
Yeah, when they must start at 4 o'clock in the Saturday.
Yeah, man.
On Saturday. Treasure Isle
time.
You see, yes, I am. Yeah, man, up in the Campbelltown, I'm come from different, you know.
Yeah.
You know, see, some like Campbelltown.
Yes.
I come from different, you know, see. Paul and them and that, Jappy.
Yes.
You know.
Jappy,
Lulu, man. Bobby Plummer.
Yeah, you know Xander though?
Yeah, man, them don't know Xander, man. Xander live right down Ibert Street, right down there, some man. At the corner. Right there, so I'm still there, you know.
And up there, have a family of brother them, about 3 or 4
Yeah,
brothers.
Ramsey.
One
Ramsey
name,
them, man.
you know Damis?
Who?
Damis. We call him
Damis.
Damis. There's about 3 or
Never
4 brothers.
family.
One of them did migrate. Anyway, up now the, when Allman Town go up to, going up to, up,
I go for 50.
And this, yes.
Oh, 50 up at 50 for Joe Bean and them man they used to there.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my brother. Respect you, sir.
Let's see if I find some music there too.
Yeah, man.
Find anything like that. All right, next one. Our next call. Next one. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Can't call the music with me no.
Yeah, I know.
All right, now listen.
Yeah.
It name Move Up. Jamaica Move Up.
Move up. Jamaica move. Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, man.
That's easy. Luke Reader. Did you know he was a policeman?
Yeah, man.
And him know why I'm talking business.
Yeah.
The brother talk about Harold Dunkley, you see?
Yeah.
The first hit song Harold Dunkley sing is when the girl who him the day with I walk down Price Street and I go on extra bright.
Yeah, and the little boy works so hard to make you big and strong.
God, man! And you remember who him sing like? Who Harold Dunkley sing like?
I wouldn't say little Anthony.
No.
Oh.
Jamaican. And him cutting in jawbone.
How would that again?
You hear a guy sing a music name, I'm in a dancing mood.
Yeah, Delroy.
Eh?
Delroy Wilson.
Yeah. When Mr. Dunkley come, him sing like Delroy.
Yeah.
One day me and him kiss around the corner and him say me disrespect him. Me tell him I never even knew it. Harold is older than me.
Harold older than you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sir.
Unless I lie to myself on the radio. Me have 77 this year. 27 crash.
Yeah.
I mean, them a talk about Harold and him age.
Yeah.
You good?
Good.
You remember Lincoln Crescent?
Yeah, man. Live wire.
Right, argument done.
Live wire on them.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
You know, Trent, no call me no sir. You know which part of Trent town? Let me tell you this. When Bob come a town and sing about coffee, no coffee get bright.
Yeah.
The little girl will go hard in school.
Yeah.
Okay, now listen. Bob sing a music and tell people which part Trent town start and stop. And Trent town was Boys Town.
Yeah.
And it stopped Ascot Street.
Jonestown.
Jonestown's ambassador theater there at Jonestown.
Right.
You understand that?
Hey, Carly Smith Drive.
Carly what?
Carly Smith Drive.
Okay. And all the way up to the tank is Jonestown. And all the way to Saipan was Jonestown.
Right.
Argument done. No run up and down when you look boy. All about the place, east, west, north, and south in Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I walk and look back at me.
You don't have to. You didn't know. Yeah, what are you there, man? They put him slip on the tube. He used to drive for Dudley Thompson. What's his name again? Get off, I mean.
Everybody had gone.
Yeah.
Curly locks.
All them.
All them you will come on, you know. Them full of hate, them kill them one another.
Yeah.
And tell life on white people.
Yeah.
Argument on the world at war. You try the man out.
Yeah.
You good?
You remember Dickies though, Dickie?
You remember Dickie?
Dickie's dynamic.
But you know, understand to me know them all.
We drive a Zodiac and him have a Thunderbird too.
You remember the Peacemaker?
Yeah, man.
What name?
You mean Duke?
Duke Fuller?
Yeah, the Duke.
Argument done, the pilot.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. We have any more there? Give me my next call, because we have to go play some music. Good afternoon, welcome. Welcome, are you there? Caller? The paper, yeah? Alright, Yabi you. Alright, we're going to play a long time requested, Yabi you, called Lion of Judah. Let's hear it. I'm talking about royalty and royal visit. This one by Yabi you, Lion of Judah. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Son.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, one more thing I asked before you go. Wait a minute. When His Majesty was his coronation, right?
Yeah.
Remember His Majesty coronation? What year was he coronated?
1930. 3 times him crowned. 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, him crowned 1916, 1928 and 1930.
Okay. On each occasion, he sent like invitation to the Queen.
No.
Of England.
No Queen never there England them time. It's a king that run England them time. A king.
In 1930, he sent invitation to the Queen.
To the king. There was no queen at the time. King.
In 1930, there was no queen.
Yeah, a king is a king that rule England.
Okay. I thought he sent invitation to the queen and to the duchess, but them also only one person will represent England at his coronation. I don't really quite remember the person name, so I try to
Was that Duke? Was that Duke them time there? I think I the Duke of York. I think so.
Duke of York. Yeah. Okay. Because I say it's really when we send out an interview to distinguished people and them reject it, you know? Yeah. I just thought me that short.
All right, good. Yes, good. I go hear this piece of music here. I want to examine it. It name. Next caller. All right, give me. Oh, I know this one. It's a Jamaican one. Let's get back to the telephone. A Jamaican one. See if we find a Jamaican one. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Small.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. Last week, I think it was last week, there was a conversation about Pluto, the planet, or the former planet.
Yeah.
Yes, and there were some questions as to why it was qualified, why it was no longer a planet, and I heard a few folks suggest that it's been reclassified as a dwarf planet, which is true, but what distinguishes it from, and someone out there with the internet can probably look this up before I get to the internet, but it's been bothering me. I believe the major difference is, however, that Pluto, because of its small size, doesn't have enough mass to attract any debris or any other heavenly bodies that comes into its orbit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have enough gravitational pull.
Because the debris and thing attracted it to it would get more and more mass and weight.
Exactly. It accrues onto itself. It brings onto itself any debris, anything that would be in its immediate neighborhood.
Yeah.
A planet has the ability, the gravitational attraction or power pull to bring onto itself anything in its immediate neighborhood. That is a term that is often used.
Oh yeah.
So that's why, and someone can look it up in the dwarf planet. Yes, it is a dwarf planet,
yes.
But the main feature is that it does not have a sufficient enough gravitational pull to clean up anything around it, pull anything into it. So.
Yeah. All right. We go by a little. We clarify. We get a better understanding and conception.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
All right. Thanks for the call. Yes, sir.
Blessings. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. I want to play this one here by Protege. I like that piece of music. It describes things in a very picturesque way. Cancel operation, not true. Protege. Let's go with this one. Ready?
Hey. 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 Me now watch no face, beg no more pardon. Enough drugs, money they a cherry garden. Enough individual society applauding. You can ask anybody where them get them starting. But no politician take a donation. So no criminal will never see a station. Never see a cell, not even a courthouse. But every Sunday we see them take a boat out. North Coast Resort and car dealership. The construction company, them just don't legit. Usually wash the money, turn it round and hide it. When the kickback them come in, the government delighted. So police can...
All right, we have to catch up with some live chat here. Hold on a little bit, please. This one said, James Edwards say, Queen want more land. Remember she paid £14 million for her son, eh? For him in the son where them say sex charge. Sister D. Rubin say, Sister D. Rubin, Jamaica penal system is barbaric. It not have human rights, it like better than enslavement time. Pirate Perry says Santa revolting because America never grant him a visa. Big up Santa. Sister D. Rubin says USA is set up by UK to police them dirty system. Michael Pottinger says, Hail dirty, when I vanish it, love to a family, fertilizer seaweed is full of micronutrients. I think it would be a good move if the SRC test the seaweed on the East Coast and share it around Hotep. Perry Pirate says, Hey Santa, please let me find piece of land in a St. Bess. More and come home. Him said to him grave. Michael GB saying a Canada Putin like. Michael Pottinger said, oh yes, before I forget, belated strong to the Queens, Marianne Queen Africa. It was also my 60th on Friday. Love, light, manners and respect. Oh yes, all the best to you, Pinnacle man. Simeon Pigeon said, Jerry, you ain't play the 10 Commandments for me by Surf Alright, please, bro. Alright. We're going to try to catch up with all them requests. So we'll play one like while whenever I get to finish it. One by Yabu. Line of Judah. Sister D. Rubin said, Big Truck Perry, you just said the man a lie. Now you're a big favor. You're bright. Marva Valentine said, yes, Jerry, the plans were made before last Saturday. When the mama get the tragic news, she was ironing the son's suit for the upcoming wedding that Saturday. Real sad. I imagine something like that, yes. Adrian C. said, greetings, Bongo. Are you able to confirm the who and when the last politician who went to prison was? I can't say right off of me, I don't have time. Perry the Pirate said, Jerry is not the husband's son, but the arrangement was long in progress before them, the youth over phone. But Jerry them should have put off the wedding. Catch up with the other people, man. Big up original Neville, fake Neville from Porto. Thumbs up and thumbs down to fake Neville from Portmore. Bob Cosman to Sister D. Rubin. Truth you talk about Jamaica penal system. Marian Solomon say, man full of hatred, no blessing for you. Simeon Pigeon and say, I love Mary Jerry. She my cherry, tell her for me. I think I must marry him at talk. She lonely, I can't keep her company. She's 70, yeah. I will pack ball in my house. She know everything already then. She good enough still, I think. I only 32, eh? I take Mary for a cougar. Keon Brown says, reason has been given to all, but all do not know how to make use of it. Liberty is offered to all, but not all can be free. It's a right that must be earned. Michael GB say, hate is the opposite of love. So if you're not loving, you're hating. Christopher James say, West Indies win, eh? Taki Lemko say, bless on the downside of the afternoon, Jerry. Bless FM 100Q, all on board in the mix. Positive vibes as always. Greetings from New Jersey. Taki Lemko say, old man, winter here again. Turn up in a spring. Wind temperatures raging below zero, eh? In the last of March. Kean Brown set a seat Sadie Ruben and Bob Cosmic and Bongo Jerry Small. Give thanks to the rising as we stand on our square. Continually the Rastafari I love. Simeon Pigeon say, Jerry, they're going back again for Bill Cosby again, just like O.J. Simpson. We think, sir. You think, sir? What you think, sir? I don't know. It's true. Then Natal Basco said the dude, Benito Mussolini was killed by his own people that he promised to bring back the throne of Selassie. Marie Wilson said, Jerry, this is why there's this genocide in Rwanda between the Hutus and the Tutsis. One group felt more dominant and started persecuting the other. Taki Lemko said, some of the Rastafarian community took what his majesty said to Broad Russia Williams' visit and pantomime staging to them, as if to undermine the years of oppression from the monarchy and others. Marie Wilson said, Duke Reed signature sign on music was my mother's eyes by a Tab Smith, man. That's the name I'm looking for. Tab Smith. Thanks, Marie. Bob Cosmic said, Marie Wilson. Yes, indeed. Bob Cosmic know them too, man. Bob Cosmic said, Coxson's signature was later for the gator by Willis Jackson, known as Coxson's Hop. The Natal Bosco said, Takilemko the frolic display of the Christopherians, but as Bookman Dottie said, throw away the gods of your oppressors, they will spend their hearts at the time of liberation, then shameful. Takilemko continued, the Natal Bosco, you pick up, I am part that because my wisdom is sometimes taken out of context and unwisely so. Bob Cosmic said, Takilemko, same song. Tony Thomas said, bless up Bongo Jerry, police, a gang in a Clarendon. Yeah, the police, them exposed some of them one police were leading a gang in Clarendon, leading it, and arrest was about a dozen of the police gang member them. Murray Wilson said, protege, that's a masterpiece. I think that's the last of the live chat. Well, thank you very much. Do we have time? No, it is now past the time. So till tomorrow, let's move with the, what's that? Why not? Call?
Song.
Alright, well, all we do continue a little more the protege and we'll let us sign out of here. Thank you very much. Protege.
Hey. Now watch no face, beg no more pardon. Enough drugs, money they a cherry garden. Enough individual society applauding. You can ask anybody where them get them starting. But no politician take a donation. So no criminal will never see a station. Never see a cell, not even a courthouse. But every Sunday we see them take a boat out. North Coast Resort and car dealership. The construction company, them just don't legit. Usually wash the money, turn it round and hide it. When the kickback them come in, the government delighted. So police cancel operation. Cause no real bad man a go station. Now if you check the situation, a blood money running nation. Come take a look in a Jamaica. Injustice in the place now. If what you see no really face you, then you want the problem what we face now.
The views, opinions, or statements which are expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of Bess 100 FM.
You're listening to Bess
100. The views, opinions, and statements which are expressed in the just concluded program are not necessarily the views of the management and board of Bess 100 FM.